to the CPAP Games live from the Hayes bedroom. It's another eventful night, Bruce.
It sure is, Ron. Steve has been struggling with his CPAP.
His wife, Michelle, is trying to contain her rage.
Michelle throws an elbow.
She's leaving for the couch.
Steve should get Inspire.
Absolutely, Bruce. Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that gives you comfortable, restful sleep with the click of a remote. There's no mask and no hose. Just sleep.
Learn more at InspireSleep.com.
Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at InspireSleep.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. You know us, we're all about excellence in broadcasting. Well, not our excellence, because, well, I mean, it's us.
Right. We're mediocrity in broadcasting.
Yeah, but we,
at best.
MIB, which used to be Men in Black, but now it's mediocrity in broadcasting when talking about us. But other broadcasters, we surely shine a light on them, including a Chicago weatherman and his coworkers, who all could barely keep it together when this weather dude finds out live on the air that his new weather map is interactive. And here's that moment when Greg Dutra of ABC7 Chicago started moving the image around on his new interactive weather map.
Right now, kind of hung up just a little bit. Oh, I moved the map. I didn't know I could do that. No way.
Did you just discover that?
I gotta try it.
Hold on.
Can you believe that? Just touch it. You can go anywhere you want.
That's so cool.
I didn't know it. Can I zoom? Oh man, it's a great day! It's a great day.
Seriously,
I've never touched it before. Oh my gosh, you can tilt it.
Hey. Oh, dude, that's like my weatherman spirit animal right there.
That's me and Steve. If we were weathermen and just be like, "Oh my God, did you see that?
Look, I can zoom in on the number 69."
That's awesome. I remember that happened when I think you can do that with Google Maps. You can like tilt it and make it so you can sort of see it like it's on the ground. If it's not, it's one of my map apps, and I was like doing the same thing he was. You could do this on Google Maps. Whoa!
If we ever wondered what a weatherman would be like if they were on hallucinogenics, we just witnessed it.
That's awesome.
Weatherman tries Molly for the first time.
Oh, whoa!
Be amazing. Wow. I I would feel like they had this technology for a long time. This poor guy never knew. Like, how long has that map been able to do that, and he's never known?
Well, it's like when people find something on their smartphone that they didn't know, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, you totally could do that." And like, I didn't know until yesterday.
Or
yeah, I think Vicky did that for me recently.
Or maybe the news station just upgraded their systems. Like they had the old technology until recently, and then they just didn't tell them.
Yeah, nobody tells them anything. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, you've had this for about a week and a half, but we're not going to let you know.
Greg will figure it out.
Yeah, hey, live on air.
Yeah.
What's worse, not knowing that you could have done this awesome thing this entire time, or being used to doing something and then going back to something not as cool? So I have a touchscreen on my laptop, and my little brother loves to play with it, but when he goes anywhere else, he'll start touching screens like, stop it! No, don't touch the screen. But he's like, we're all so used to just trying to touch it.
He's on like a ladder trying to change like through like the big screen TV on your wall.
Yeah, don't tempt him. He loves ladders.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
He's going to be a great wrestler one day.
Oh my God, he actually might.
Oh no.
You must take him under your wing, Steve.
Technology. That is wild to think, though, that if you've grown up with like that and you just look at it and you go, okay, what do you mean? Why doesn't this work the way it's like touchscreens will be pretty much like default for people that enter the world?
Yeah, I think I saw like one of someone in radio. They posted something on from another market, but I remember I think I'm friends with him on Facebook or something. He posted a picture of his garage door opener, and he's like, "How come nobody ever told me if you just hit the enter button, it closes the door without having to do anything else?" And I was like, "Oh, I just figured everybody knew that." Like,
I saw that post.
Yeah, and I'm like looking at, it, I'm like, yeah, I thought that just kind of was a no-brainer. But it's if nobody tells you, I guess you don't realize it.
Yeah, that is wild that somebody didn't know that. in my brain because I've that's what I've known about garage door openers.
Well, when we see that person at the radio convention, let's all make fun of them.
Yeah, let's all mock them.
Yeah, we'll be garage door gatekeepers.
Yeah,
that's right. That's
garage doorkeepers.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Let's make shirts.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Did you know if you press enter?
Yeah.
Garage door.
Don't be stupid. Hit enter.
And I get it. Your brain will go, this is a button that says enter, so this can't be the one that closes it.
Right, or some would think, I got to type in my code and then hit enter and then it'll close.
Yeah, I completely get what the guy's saying. Yep. That's awesome.
Sometimes technology, most of the time, is smarter than us.
Yeah, it really depends on the person, doesn't it?
I think it depends. I think everybody probably has that moment where technology is brighter than you, though. For different reasons.
Oh, yeah. Well, oh, yeah. The older I get, the more that is happening. The more I'm like, wow, I used to joke about my dad in the 12 o'clock blinking VCR, that he just couldn't get the timer set on his video cassette recorder. The kid, that was what we used to do to record our TV shows. We never had a DVR or anything digital like that. And it would have a time on it. And my father could not figure it out. And every old person you'd go to in the 80s and 90s, you'd see they have the blinking 12. And you go, this is an old person's house who just doesn't know how to set the clock on their video cassette recorder.
My dad was funny with that because I would try as a kid be like, Dad, can't you figure it out? He goes, yeah, I got you to do it for me. Why do I have to do it?
Right? Exactly. I remember that line so many times.
Right. It's like, that's a very good point because it's bothering me. It doesn't bother you, but I'm going to fix it.
I'm looking forward to those Joey D's and Sarah moments where it's like, yeah, I don't know what's going on. I hope they come soon because so far there's not a lot of them. Get working, kids.
Get working at being stupid?
Yeah. Oh, well, no. Get working being smarter than me is what they need.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they're already at stupid, apparently.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you said it.
Is there a weather map to help me follow what's going on right now?
No, you're good. You're fine.
It zooms in on itself.
All right.
Hey, there's an NFL player that just did a press conference where he talked about how fans will not stop mailing him toilet paper. Steve's going to tell you all about this. He's got the Migs report for you at 6:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Welcome to the CPAP Games live from the Hayes bedroom. It's another eventful night, Bruce.
It sure is, Ron. Steve has been struggling with his CPAP.
His wife, Michelle, is trying to contain her rage.
Michelle throws an elbow.
She's leaving for the couch.
Steve should get Inspire.
Absolutely, Bruce. Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that gives you comfortable, restful sleep with the click of a remote. There's no mask and no hose. Just sleep.
Learn more at InspireSleep.com.
Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at InspireSleep.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. We partnered up with Mary's Place because you know what? Going back to school time is coming soon. Kids need new kicks in order to feel good about themselves. And Mary's Place helps us out with kicks for kids.
Best part is $50. If you donate $50, that's going to buy a brand new pair of sneakers for a kid, or $100 for a brand new pair of sneakers for a teenager. But like we've said before, any amount helps. It all adds up. Right now, we're about at 18% of our goal. We want to raise $20,000. We're about $3,500, and it's thanks to Rockaholics like Steve and Diane donated $500 to Kicks for Kids.
So
BJ,
much. Yes.
We got Aaron. Shout out to Aaron Buell, donated $20, and shout out to our friend Rose from Tacoma. She joined the 69 Club. BJ,
nice.
That's right.
That's what's up. Jim Perkins, $100. Jennifer Topping, $100 as well. The Rockaholics are stepping up.
That is so awesome. They always do, man. You Rockaholics are great, man. And like Steve said, any amount counts. And if for some reason you go, look, I'm so cash-strapped, guys, I can't do it. Well, can you share it on your socials? That would help out, too. Let your friends know maybe they want to donate for Kicks for Kids. All the information about donating, sharing, everything, you know where to go. KISW.com.
Well informed on the issues of the day? Not this guy. Live from the KISW News Center in downtown Seattle, this is the Migs Report.
Well, thanks, you guys, and thanks to Law Tigers for giving us the Migs Report. And today is the day to enjoy wearing underwear because it's National Underwear Day.
Oh, I'm glad I did.
Wow. Right. So when is National FB Day? When's that happen?
Oh, that's every other day.
Yeah.
Free ball, Danny. Free ball.
Yeah, Danny looked very confused. I was like, Facebook Day is every day, BJ.
Yeah. All right. Or going Commando Day, whichever you want to call it. Today's not that. Today's put the underwear on.
Yep. Today's also Work Like a Dog Day. But last time I did that, I got sent to HR for licking myself, so I don't know if I'm doing it this time. Hey, yo.
Hey, lady, it's Friday. He's giving you the good stuff.
I could have went a little darker.
I'm glad you didn't.
Yeah. Same.
I was going to say, work like a dog. Don't they nap a lot? Oh.
That's very true.
I'll be that dog.
It's also National Oyster Day, so you shuck 'em, suck 'em.
Yes, let's go.
Pass him over to Steve.
Hell yeah.
Let's fly to New Orleans and do the Endless Oyster Challenge.
That was what was on Man versus Food.
It was.
And that's still, that might be I always have like one of those hall pass things in my own head. Like, okay, what would I like stop doing the plant-based thing for? And I feel like going to New Orleans to enjoy some oysters would be it.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're basically rocks.
Yeah. I'm just sucking rocks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What's up with that?
Sea rocks.
Go suck rocks, Steve.
And most importantly, it's International Beer Day, so enjoy any kind of beer.
Nice.
Hell, if you're in Mexico right now, enjoy it. If you're in Canada, the Philippines, Russia, it doesn't matter.
It's international.
It's international.
I like it.
What beer are you going with, Danny?
Ooh, you know what?
What are you going to force Joe to drink tonight?
He said no, he's clocking out this entire week.
Well, you're still hungover? Man,
Danny wrecked him.
You wrecked him. He's never going to be the same. He's walking funny. It's crazy.
It's crazy. Well, that's only 2 days. Imagine in Chicago when we go for 5 days in the next couple of weeks.
He's
may
got to
not
take
come
the
back.
month off.
Yeah, he's probably going to.
Full sabbatical.
That's why I think he's got to rest up for that because Chicago's coming up and, he's got to get his sea legs.
A sober sabbatical.
It's not fair because Danny doesn't get hangovers.
That's true.
Yeah, that's the rumor.
I'll have to go with Fremont Summer Ale because I went with yesterday was IPA day, if we remember, and I went with Space Dust, which is great. But if I'm going to go with just a great summer beer, Fremont Summer Ale is where it's at.
Boom.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the Buffalo Bills, BJ.
What's going on with the Buffalo Bills?
They have the greatest fans. I mean, obviously the Seahawks fans are great too, but the Bills Mafia is on a whole other level when it comes to like the way that they party. They're tailgating. They set tables on fire. They jump into those tables. They're like a walking WWE house event every time that they have a football game. It's just pure insanity. But they're very passionate about the team and the players. They obviously want to see the team do great. They have a pretty decent team these last few years. And, they just added Von Miller to the team, who's a great linebacker, right? So that's a good player to have. He's a little bit older in his career, but still 33. He's got some gas in the tank, and the Bills Mafia, very happy to have him on. Apparently, he did a press conference when he first joined the team where people were asking him about, what's it like? Because their training camp's kind of like the old Seahawks training camp in Cheney, where they go somewhere and they're in, dorms and all that. And he mentioned how, the toilet paper was interesting. He said, not interesting. He said, the toilet paper's different. So he joked during the press conference because they're like, hey, what's training camp like? He's like, toilet paper's different. Just trying to have some fun. A little levity. Well, the Bills Mafia, they took that to heart, BJ. They're like, we can't have Von Miller dealing with different toilet paper. So what did they do? They started sending him toilet paper, and he addressed it during the most recent press conference where he's talking about the Bills Mafia and their love for Von Miller.
I tell you what, the people of Buffalo, the people of Rochester, and just Bills fans in general are great. I remember the last time I was over here, I said something about the toilet paper, and 4 days later, I got all types of toilet paper just in the mail and wipes, and I just put them in the locker room. It was great. I wasn't trying to complain of it. I was just saying, my experience being in the dorms, 33, and then you come in and, it's just so many different things that are different. And, I just said, hey, the toilet paper's different. And then, boom, boxes on boxes on boxes of toilet paper and wipes and stuff. And everybody's just trying to make my stay here a whole lot easier, man. I just want to say publicly, man, I appreciate all of you guys, and I'm grateful.
How about that? Press conference and thank everybody for the toilet paper.
Dude, I have to
He's
say,
like an awesome guy. Yeah. And I'm happy he's not a Denver Bronco anymore.
Yeah,
Caesar.
there's that. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, he's in Egypt. I can't troll him right now.
Well, you can.
Yeah, he'll listen to it on the podcast.
When we moved to Rochester, when Kathy was having Joey, and so was our first kid, they knew that she was going to be alone and everything. The people in Rochester sent gifts. They sent. It was like the fans threw a bridal shower, a baby shower for us, since she knew she wasn't going to be next to her. So people sent stuff in. Those Western New Yorkers are super cool like that.
That's awesome though. What a random way to feel loved by the fan base. Stop sending me all this toilet paper. I'm fine. My butt doesn't need this much.
I'll tell you right now, I know what he means, though. When you get different toilet paper, and he was being very diplomatic, some people buy the cheap stuff, and when you're used to Charmin, man, no, I'm sorry. You cannot give me anything else.
Yeah, when you say the toilet paper is different, that means the toilet paper sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, it's that one. And it has to. How bad is it that you bring it up to? I mean, I know he's probably joking, but it was still somewhere in the back of his mind that he hates this damn toilet paper that they're dealing with.
I'm with him, dude. I'm telling you, I am so with him. I complain a lot about that when I go to places like, what is this?
This is literally why we have guest toilet paper at our house, because we use the less awesome stuff for our own.
Oh, yeah, you guys.
But it's because we have a bidet. But some people aren't down with the bidet, so we get the big, super fluffy toilet paper for when we have parties and stuff.
Because you don't want to have a bad reputation?
Yeah, exactly. Because people have, said, oh, it's interesting about your toilet paper. And I'm like, that's not what you mean to say.
That's not the right word, yeah. You don't want that.
Dude, we were stressing because we went, we got some toilet paper from Costco. We're like, let's get the Costco size, that saves some money. But we were scared when we first got it. We're like, is it going to be, quote unquote, different? And not shockingly, it's very nice. Highly recommend it.
You enjoyed it.
Yeah. Now, Von Miller, I don't know if they're playing the Denver Broncos at all in the near future, but I thought this was an interesting study just somebody put together about how revenge games are an actual real thing. They did like a whole study and they looked at stats from NBA, NHL, soccer leagues as well, just to see if when players go to a different team, do they play better in those revenge games where they're playing their old team? And it turns out, yes, they absolutely do.
Oh, boy.
And I thought that was kind of a cool thing. So I think it's going to be a fun game to watch when, that first game, Monday Night Football, you have the revenge game for Russell Wilson. Is he going to get revenge on the Seahawks, or are the Seahawks going to get revenge on Russell?
That's a tough one because...
And Drew Lock, they got to play Drew Lock because then it's a revenge game for both of them.
Yeah. Exactly.
Ooh, double revenge.
Because the way your story reads, it looks like it would be a good night for Russell and not a good night for the Hawks.
But if we put Drew Lock in there...
see? I mean, now I might have to get locked on lock just for that reason.
They even said that in the NBA and NHL, they noticed that the players take more shots than normal when they're playing against their whole team. They're probably like, give me the puck, give me the ball, I want to shove it in their face.
That makes sense, and it's. I don't think it's so much they really want to just give it to management, the person that dealt them away for whatever reason, or the ones that they couldn't come to agreement with.
And the team represents that for them. And obviously, they probably still love their old teammates. Not like F you guys, but they want to show like, hey, you shouldn't have got rid of me, or you should have gave me more money. I remember that in Little League, man, which is just like playing in the pros. I remember I played for the Yankees, man, and I was terrible. I was batting 0 throughout the season. Like, literally did not hit a ball. Like, even if, and not even fouling a ball, BJ. I could not touch the ball.
Wow. Yeah. You were impressive.
So one time the Dodgers, they were playing against us and they needed an extra player. So coach, who actually turned out to be my brother's now father-in-law, which is very odd and funny, but the coach said, all right, let's give him Steve. So they handed me over to the team, and BJ, I got a double and a triple.
Whoa! Look at you.
I also pegged the guy out at second. I was the catcher for the team.
Revenge game.
Oh, man, the Dodgers loved me. And then after that game, I never got yelled at more about my old my actual coach. He's like, what the hell? You can't even hit a ball with us. And now you got a double and a triple?
So I think what that says is either A, you are, you know what, you had a revenge game, or B, your team's pitching is really bad.
Maybe.
Because if you can get a hit off your team's pitchers, maybe that's the issue.
I contend I was the catcher for our team as well, so I knew our pitcher inside and out.
Oh, you had the strategy.
I experienced that ball.
Oh, okay.
Being thrown at me, so I knew how he threw it.
Well, you're really giving yourself a lot of credit for that.
I really don't think that was the case. I think it was a fluke. I think the pitcher probably was like, it's Steve. I'm just lobbing it. I don't want to waste my arm energy.
Yeah, and boom. They woke the lion.
Just once. Then I went back to not hitting anything again.
Congratulations.
It was fun.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. It was a great time. All right, speaking of baseball, tonight we've got the Mariners back home for 7 games, and the game is against the Angels, which hopefully we keep beating up on them like we did the last time. And also, I don't know if you saw, but they just tied a record, and it's like the saddest record ever, BJ.
What did they do?
The Angels hit 7 home runs in a game and still lost the game.
Oh, right. I did hear I didn't know what it was that they did.
Wow.
What a horrible season for the Angels, which was supposed to be, many people thought they were going to be like a front runner, and they have just essed the bed.
I mean, they're just cranking a home run after home run after home run, a bunch of solo shots. And yeah, they still ended up losing. They're now, I guess they joined the White Sox and the Tigers as the only teams in Major League Baseball history to hit 7 home runs in a single game and lose.
Well, I think the Mariners, they only have 2 more series against plus 500 teams. I think I heard Dave Sims say that, which means they will get to beat up on teams worse than them.
Let's hope.
Yeah, I mean, that's true because there are other teams right now fighting for the wild card, playing bad teams and losing to them. So that's why I feel really good about the Mariners because they're just other teams who are trying to be contenders that just are they're just dropping the ball. I might be talking about the Red Sox. So good on Seattle. I really think they have a great shot to get in because of their schedule.
Oh, quick little update about revenge games. Apparently on the 20th, the Bills are going to, they are playing Denver.
Oh, boy.
That's pretty cool. Tomorrow also the Mariners are playing, and they're doing that retro jersey day. It's a day game, so for fans, if anyone goes and gets an extra large one, let me know. I'll trade you something for it.
Oh, really? So you really want that retro jersey?
I do. I just can't make it to the game because I got stuff going on.
Yeah.
And that stuff is, I'm beating people up in Linwood tomorrow, BJ.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's what's going on.
Swing on by the rock fight at the Vessel Tap House. It's rock and wrestling. Bunch of good local cover bands are playing, and then some local wrestling as well in between the set. So if you love music, in between while the bands are all setting up, they'll have a couple matches. Then the bands will play a couple more matches. It'll be a fun night of rock and wrestling, including El Loco, which is a tribute band to who do you think?
Ooh,
this is a tough one. This is a really tough one.
Crazy. How about Black Sabbath?
No,
because I was thinking Crazy. That's all I could think of.
El Loco.
Cypress Hill.
I'd imagine they're going to be a sharp-dressed band, let's just say.
Oh, nice. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I know that. Now
ZZ Top, baby.
That's it, ZZ Top. Did they have, they must have a song or something that's like that, or maybe an album title.
They have La Grande.
Yeah. I bet that I wonder, because El Loco, I should know that. If I was a ZZ Top fan, I probably would have known that.
All right, also playing tomorrow night at the Vessel Tap House in Linwood, Judas Rising. Who do you think they are?
Well, that better be Judas Priest.
You are correct, BJ.
Nice. Okay, that better be.
And one more band.
Okay.
Lewd and Crude.
That has got to be Motley Crue.
You know it.
Yeah. There we go.
I'm pumped to see those guys. I'm bringing my burrito.
That's a great lineup, man.
Yeah. And then some great local wrestling happening in between all those, including me. I'm going to beat up the Playboy Zay Perez.
Where's this happening? Where's this happening?
The Vessel Tap House in Linwood tomorrow night. All starts at around 6-ish.
Nice.
Come out if you want to boo me, that'd be awesome.
Okay, then.
And El Loco was the 7th studio album by ZZ Top out in 81.
That makes sense. Okay.
Well, tell us you're not ZZ Top fans without telling us you're not ZZ Top fans.
Yeah, we just told you.
I know like 4 songs.
Please tell me Sharp Dressed Man wasn't on that album, because that's embarrassing, because that's the only one that I know is the album that released that.
No, it's not.
Good. Thank you.
I always think about my buddy Nick. Whenever we do like those hockey tournaments, and like by the end of the night we had the party bus, and we're just playing some just an upbeat, loud, like EDM type music, just feeling it, having a good time. And he's always the guy just yelling at us, "Play some ZZ Top!" And he just for the entire night, like, Nick, we're not playing ZZ Top. It's like you got to kill the mood with ZZ Top.
Well, tonight, you know what? Tonight, Nick gets his wish.
Yeah, he better show up.
Yeah.
Nick. Hey, weather, 74 degrees. It's going to be nice today. Thanks to KISW for giving us the Migs report, and that's what's up.
Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one right.
The Drunken Clam is a bar from what animated sitcom?
SpongeBob SquarePants.
No.
Good guess.
Simpsons?
No.
Drunken Clam. I'm going to go Family Guy.
Yes.
You deserved to win yesterday because you answered in the correct way, buddy. You strategized and made it happen. You want a shot at beating Steve? All right, you got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Migs. We'll do that at 6:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. I owe a lot of back taxes. Can bankruptcy help me?
Bankruptcy can discharge back taxes under certain circumstances. Some types of taxes are never dischargeable, like if you have taxes from an employee, if you ran a business and didn't pay employee taxes or sales taxes. Those types of taxes cannot be discharged in bankruptcy. However, most people don't have those kind of taxes. Most people have just regular income taxes. If you owe income taxes and you filed your tax returns but just weren't able to pay the taxes, if the taxes are more than 3 years old and you filed the tax returns, those types of taxes can be discharged in bankruptcy in most circumstances, especially through a Chapter 13 case.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Welcome to the CPAP Games live from the Hayes bedroom. It's another eventful night, Bruce.
It sure is, Ron. Steve has been flailing everywhere, struggling with this CPAP.
His wife, Michelle, is as tense as a fiddle string, trying to contain her rage.
Michelle's rolling Steve over.
There he goes, and the mask is off. Oh, my, the snoring.
Michelle throws an elbow, now a shove.
As she's leaving for the couch, taking her place is the Hayes' 100-pound lab. Bask in that dog breath, Steve.
With all this struggle, Steve should get Inspire.
Absolutely, Bruce. Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that gives you comfortable, restful sleep with the click of a remote. That's right, a button. As you sleep, Inspire keeps you breathing normally and sleeping peacefully. There's no mask and no hose. Just sleep.
Learn more at inspiresleep.com. That's inspiresleep.com.
Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
Wendy's home-style French toast sticks are so delicious, some are saying that they're better than their mom's breakfast.
Excuse me, did you just say Wendy's French toast sticks are better than my breakfast?
Mom, is that you?
Answer the question.
I said some people are saying that because they're so crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside and perfect in every way.
Uh-huh. And what do you think?
I think it's time to tell people to choose wisely. Choose Wendy's sweet and crispy home-style French toast sticks.
That's still not an answer.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. We've got our loud and local band of the week, and this week, it's Astor House. It's our loud and local band of the week, Astor House. You want to find out how to get their music? Just go to the BJ and Migs page of KISW.com.
BJ and I have a new record called Soul versus Skin, but a really cool documentary I think that you would dig. It's under an hour long, but it's all about, like, originally it was made to be like a celebration of 10 years as a band, but then when COVID hit, it became a big discussion about mental health and just how to deal with being in a band and dealing with all the craziness that was going on in the world at that time.
That's cool, man.
And the documentary is called Stay Well, Stay Awake.
Oh, very, very cool. So if you're digging that, or just in general, you go, I love local music, check out Sunday nights here on The Rock. Starting at 8 o'clock, you've got a show called Loud and Local, 2 hours of Pacific Northwest music, bands like Astor House. Beat Migs, and we've made it. It's Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. It is Jumper. Oh, he is. Getting down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Partying. Yeah. Fun. Looking forward to the weekend. Happy Friday, everybody. Weekend's going to be really nice, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And tomorrow's National Root Beer Float Day.
Is it really?
Yes.
Oh, did we just have a root beer float day? We had a big conversation about it. Has it been a year since then?
I don't know if it was a specific day when we had that conversation, though.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we could have just been talking about root beer floats because root beer floats are frankly amazing. We've got root beer in the house. We've got some of that Breyers vanilla ice cream in the house. Boom. We can make this happen.
It's go time.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'll wait till tomorrow to have the root beer float. Let's get to our contestant now. We've got Robbie in Eatonville to take on Steve. Robbie, you there?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. All right, Steve, get out of here. Goodbye. For those playing at home, Robbie will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Robbie, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yeah, one quick question, though.
What?
What does Migs do in the meantime?
He goes into my fart box over there in the other room right there.
Nice.
So yeah, he hides out so we can't hear anything, and he just hangs out there for a minute. And yeah, if I've had curry, it's a bad day. Now you ready? Now you ready?
Yeah.
In dance, the twist and the mashed potato were first made popular in which decade?
60s.
60s, yes. What country gave Florida to the USA in 1891?
Spain.
Yes. Labor Day lands on what day in September this year?
5th.
Yes. What year the mid-2010s did baseball player David Ortiz retire?
16.
Yes. What is the square root of 25?
5.
Yes. Which Spielberg film celebrates its 40th anniversary in 2022?
Jurassic Park?
No.
Schindler's List?
No.
Pass.
What part of the animal does tripe come from?
Stomach.
Yes. What is the currency of Japan?
Yen.
Yes. What musical instrument was Sherlock Holmes known to play?
The flute?
No.
Bagpipes?
No.
The violin?
Yes. Obi-Wan Kenobi was a series that aired on what streaming service this year?
Disney Plus.
Yeah, and Robbie gets a 9 out of 10. Ooh, that's a good score for a Friday. Well, any day, but yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, though.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Steve can get himself a tie here.
Well, here's the problem. There's one question that's like a nitpicky question, unless I heard it wrong.
Oh.
And if Steve answers it the way that's nitpicky, you might have to give it to him.
Okay. Well, so yeah, that's a little tease for the end of this. We'll have to see what happens.
But I might have heard it wrong. That's why it's like I'm not going to jump all over you because it's a word that I could have easily heard wrong.
Some controversy.
Yeah. Possibly.
Yeah, we'll see.
Exactly, Steve.
You know what controversy equals?
No, what?
Cash.
Does it?
Well, it's a book by Eric Bischoff.
Oh.
Of course it is.
Wow, okay, yeah, wrestling book. That's the only book that Steve's going to read, so.
Unbelievable. It's so shocking that you would make a wrestling book reference. I would never have thought that from you.
Hey, usually just a wrestling reference. This was a wrestling book reference. And look at that. How learned I am.
Yeah. Educated.
That's
learned.
Right.
Are you ready?
Education.
Yes. In dance, the twist and the mashed potato were first made popular in what decade?
The 50s.
No.
Oh. 40s?
No.
60s.
Yes.
There
What
you
country
go.
gave Florida to the USA in 1891?
Florida.
No.
I mean, France.
No.
England.
No. Labor Day lands on what day in September this year?
Oh, boy. Labor Day, Monday.
Yeah, it's fine. What year of the mid-2010s did baseball player David Ortiz retire?
2015.
No, I hate you.
2016.
Yes. What is the square root of 25? I hate you so much.
Yes. 5.
Yes. Which Spielberg film celebrates its 40th anniversary in 2022?
E.T.
Yes. What part of the animal does tripe come from?
The butt.
No.
The head.
No.
The stomach.
Yes. What is the currency of Japan?
Yen.
Yes. What musical instrument was Sherlock Holmes known to play?
The flute.
No.
The violin.
Yes. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Steve, you lose 9 to 8. Nice job. Got there, Robbie.
I won with the 100 answer.
Yeah, I hate you.
Thanks for having me, guys.
All right, take it easy, buddy. Oh, actually, you get to win the prize. What am I talking about? Is there a prize?
No, there's not a prize.
No.
Oh, then you know what? You win the prize of making Steve look bad. That's the prize you get to win.
There you go.
There you go. Congratulations. You're a loser, sir. You're a winner, but Steve, you're the loser.
What are you on?
He's got that Friday feeling.
Nah, you know what? It's just, all right, I'm going to go with that. I also have the feeling of I was right with my nitpick.
Oh, because the stupid day thing.
Yeah, when I heard it, I thought, please, Steve.
I was looking for the
Monday.
date, so I should have said date.
Yeah,
exactly.
But September 5th.
I figured it out just because of pain in the grass.
That's exactly why I did that question.
Yeah, and Robbie, he actually answered it like the way you wanted him to answer it. So.
Exactly. So I didn't even think about it at all. Yeah. You didn't even get to the last question, which could have gotten you the tie there. Obi-Wan Kenobi was a series that aired on what streaming service this year?
I'm going to guess Paramount Plus.
And you'd have been wrong.
You would have lost.
Discovery Plus.
No. It's a plus. There's a plus in it.
Disney Plus.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, the company that owns Star Wars.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. And then the one you did not get correct was one that Robbie did. The country that gave Florida to the U.S. in 1891 was Spain.
Spain.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Robbie really deserved to win for a lot of reasons. He was smarter than the host and his competitor.
Well, yeah, and then Steve just answered it greatly for that one question.
That's what I'm saying.
That was fun.
Yeah.
That was
guys,
fun.
very quickly, I just wanted to say this.
And I hope you would have forgotten on that
It feels good. It feels so good.
Could we give a quick shout out? Someone said, Migs, can I shout out to my awesome boss who just brought in some donuts? Thank you, Dave. You're the best. Top that, Castle.
Give it out a shout.
I didn't add that part in. He actually wrote that.
That's amazing.
It's been a while since Castle's brought in food, hasn't it?
Yeah,
it really has.
Yeah, get on that, Castle. Bring in some donuts.
Yeah, Brian, Danny doesn't count that he got you guys food over at Elysian Fields.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
That wasn't breakfast anyway. I would
whiskey's like a breakfast, right?
That's true.
Yeah, that's a good point. It is breakfast for Ryan.
But he likes to bring in a breakfast burrito sometimes too. So bring those in.
True.
That's when he's hungover. You know it is when he brings in a whole bunch of the dollar menu items from McDonald's.
I'm actually so shocked that he didn't show up on Thursday with that.
Me too.
Oh, he's eating better.
Oh, boring.
Oh, what? Yeah. So now we have to pay the price?
Don't do that.
His health. We suffer for his health.
That's not cool.
I know, what a douche.
Yeah, unbelievable. Hate that guy. Hey, we got a beer company that is making sneakers that you can wear that have beer in them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you all about this at 7:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Welcome to the CPAP Games live from the Hayes bedroom. It's another eventful night, Bruce.
It sure is, Ron. Steve has been struggling with his CPAP.
His wife, Michelle, is trying to contain her rage.
Michelle throws an elbow.
She's leaving for the couch.
Steve should get Inspire.
Absolutely, Bruce. Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that gives you comfortable, restful sleep with the click of a remote. There's no mask and no hose. Just sleep.
Learn more at inspiresleep.com.
Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. As Steve pointed out earlier, today, International Beer Day. And for this, Heineken actually created a line of limited edition sneakers that are filled with actual beer. So there you go. You've got that going for you.
Okay. Did they let the interns come up with the ideas now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you can drink a beer out of a boot, so...
Yeah. Do they not pot test at Heineken? Yeah. Bro, you know it'd be hilarious if we put our beer in our shoes.
And they're called Heinekicks.
I'm sold.
Yeah.
What do they look like? Oh, wow. They're perfect for Christmas, BJ. They're red and green.
Ooh, I like those, actually.
Oh, yeah. Okay. They only have 32 pairs. So this is a very promotional thing and could very well be a collector's item, actually, if there's only 32 pairs.
Oh, dude, then there's no chance for getting these.
Nope. No problem. All you got to do is go to Singapore because that's where the first pair are going on display. So let's hop on a plane. Let's get there.
I'm going today.
Do they only have like one size? What is happening here? You know what I mean? Like
one size fits all.
One size fits all. It's a size 8. Fit your foot in it.
Yeah, this feels like a promotional situation.
Yeah. Although if it gets enough buzz, I don't know if they'll actually make this. But you know what I mean? Like if enough people are like, "Oh, this sounds amazing! They might make something inspired by it. Because one thing I think is kind of cool, it's got a beer bottle opener on the tongue.
That's cool.
And that would come in handy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've injected the sole of each sneaker with Heineken Silver, which is a lower alcohol version that they started selling in Europe this year. It's 4% alcohol compared to the 5% for regular Heineken. And they're red, white, and green, and just like the Heineken bottle. And you actually can see the beer sloshing around in the sole. And like Steve said, you got that bottle opener in the tongue, and the beer in the sole is supposed to create a, quote, smooth sensation when you walk in them. Okay. So you can't really drink the beer. I wasn't sure if you were supposed to drink the beer in the sneaker, but I don't think you're supposed to.
Although that could be the rock bottom moment when you realize your friend like Billy is over there in the corner with like a knife cutting a hole in the sole and trying to drink the beer out of it.
It's time for an intervention at that point.
I like that they say a smooth sensation. Have you guys ever had like a rock inside your shoe? Not where you're stepping on it, but your shoes are all worn out. There's a hole in it, or even some water in there, and it's just the most annoying feeling. I feel like it wouldn't be that smooth.
Well, it could go either way, because it could be like you feel everything on your foot, or on the same token, it could be like a waterbed, which people swear by waterbeds all the time.
Yeah,
like you know,
I feel like it'd be more like honestly, it's just going to feel like a shoe.
That's probably true.
Oh, you think it's going to feel like a shoe? Well,
Yeah,
then I don't want it then.
I don't feel like as you're walking, you're going to feel like the movement of the beer.
But to BJ's point, I bet you absolutely no one actually wears these shoes. It's more of like
it's a conversation
Yeah.
piece.
You put it up on your mantle or something.
Unless you're lucky enough that they fit you, I think I would definitely wear them if they fit me, because I'd like to try it out and see if it does. What if that is the most comfortable shoe you've ever had, or like Vicky thinks maybe it's the worst shoe you've ever had? Like, I want to try it out.
If it's the most comfortable, that's awful, because they're ugly as sin, and that means like you're gonna have to wear these ugly as sin shoes all the time.
Still not as ugly as Crocs. Just want to say.
Hey, that's just rude. Coming out of nowhere with that one, buddy.
I like that. I like that take.
Dude, it's funny because when like the Pawn Star guys were filming at my wife's grandmother's place for hopefully a future episode of Pawn Stars, checking out our grandpa's old collection before he passed away of all the trains and stuff. But when I first saw, I don't know anyone from the show, but the guy Chumley, and he walked by and I'm like, is that dude wearing Crocs? Because they look like Crocs. I was like, that's hilarious. I had to tell the Rev about that. And then someone in the family's like, no, those are Yeezys. I'm like, oh, because they had like that weird wide.
Oh, yeah.
But he had such baggy jeans, you couldn't see that they were shoes. So I just saw this weird wide rubbery looking thing. And I was like, oh, those are Crocs. And no, they're $200 Yeezys.
Yeah, I don't, I mean, yeah. Again, if I had Pawn Star money like that, I don't know, would I go Yeezy? Maybe I would.
Well, he's apparently like a sneakerhead, and that's like, I don't think they're very cool looking shoes, but some people love them. I think it's more sneakerhead. They're so over the top that you instantly know what they are, and then you instantly know this guy dropped a lot of money for them.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in a way, it's it's like a hood ornament. You know what? I'm driving the car for the hood ornament, not whether or not it's really a great car.
Not wrong.
Although I think the coolest shoe that had liquid in it, still to this day, I remember being at a certain gentleman's club, and a woman had stilettos with a fake goldfish floating.
Oh, yeah.
In like the clear part.
It's like from, that's also in
40-Year-Old Virgin.
Is it?
Yeah, Jonah Hill tries to buy them from her eBay store.
It's like, I just want to buy them right now.
That's so funny.
I thought it was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
And you saw them live?
Legit thought they were actual goldfish in there, to which made me feel very weird. Right? I was like, dude, I'm not like PETA. I'm not going in there trying to like tell them what to do with animals or fish or anything along those lines. But I was like, that just seems a little much. The poor goldfish is there going up a pole, down a pole, slammed against the stage, on a person's lap, off a person's lap, kicking a guy in the junk. Who knows? And then I found out it was just a fake goldfish, and then I thought that person was awesome.
And it's funny that they're like 40-year-old virgin, because I remember the original one from I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, which was the platforms with the goldfish in it.
Wow, I guess people are loving this goldfish situation.
Yeah, apparently it's a thing.
All right.
Yeah, it's a thing. I don't think I'd want to do that, though.
Yeah. Well, it takes you out of the mood. Like, I would like, that can't be real. And then, you're thinking... like you were, Steve, and you're like, all I came to do was to see some moving around of body parts, and now I got to think about these poor fish.
Vicky found one of the ones that had the goldfish in it. Dude, how crazy is that?
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I mean, it's awesome if you know they're fake, but I would be like, are those? Yeah, I'd be like you, Steve. That would take me out of the game. I'd be like, you know what? I can't, I got to go.
But if I was a stripper, I think I'd go down that road. I would do that during the holiday season. I would try and get custom ones made to look like the snow globes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Right? Wouldn't that be awesome? And it's like, let me see the snow scene. Then you have to get on like your back and kick your legs up and shake your feet, and then all of a sudden there it is, just like a crazy snow globe.
See, I'm a sucker for the ones that have a little slot for tips.
Tips.
Okay.
Tips.
Gotcha.
Yeah, for money.
Pardon me?
Oh, those are great too.
Put money in the shoe.
I've never even seen those before. So basically, the platform is a reservoir to put your cash.
It's like a piggy bank in a shoe.
Well, this is an odd transition, BJ, because we have a very special guest that's coming on to surprise us. And
is it a goldfish?
It's not a goldfish. It's a good friend of the show. And he's got a brand new movie that's coming out this week. I'm very excited for it. The movie's called Easter Sunday. Please welcome to our show. It's the return of Joe Coy.
Wow. Yes! Wow. I'm sorry. I didn't know that there was room on the schedule of a big movie star to come talk to his buddies back in the day. Here we go.
Man, I love you. Come on. I'm back, baby. I'm here. I'm with you guys. Steve, DJ, I love you guys. Thank you for doing this with me.
We missed you too, Joe.
Yeah, actually, Joe, we love to give you a hard time because all you've done, and you're the only example of our show where someone's actually kept getting better and better and more successful for being on our show, usually with a kiss of death. So we're happy we had the reverse effect for you, buddy.
Yes, you guys, you're the reason why I have this movie. I want you to know that.
Thank you.
Really?
It's about time you said it.
Yes.
I'll be expecting the residual check. Thank you, sir. Tell us about So Joe Coy, of course, everybody knows Joe, an amazing comic who has sold out arenas and whatever, and just one of the best human beings we've ever met. You're now a movie star. What is going on? What is this movie about? What happened? How? Why? When?
Okay, it all started in 1989 from Tacoma, Washington. And you're not going to believe this. This is how it all went down. I think I told you guys this story, though. I went into Amblin for a general meeting, which is Steven Spielberg's company.
Yes.
And I walk into the building, and every other person is going, Steven is such a big fan. Steven can't stop talking about your special. Steven thinks you're so funny. Steven this, Steven that. Steven loves you. And by the time I get into the meeting, I'm like, are we talking about Steven from accounting? Who are you talking about right now? There's no way you're talking about Mr. Spielberg. There's just no way. And they were like, yes, Mr. Spielberg wants to make a movie with you. Do you have an idea? And I pitched them Easter Sunday, and they bought it in the room. And that fast, from the minute they bought it in the room to this phone call with you guys, that's how fast this movie was made. And Steven had everything to do with it. His hand was in this project from start to finish. I couldn't believe how involved he was in this movie. And he only made 2 movies this year, Jurassic World and Easter Sunday, and he released them both at the same time. Incredible, dude. This is a dream. That's why I haven't even slept for the past 2 weeks.
So is there dinosaurs in this movie, too?
There's 2 dinosaurs in it. We have a T-Rex.
Joe, I got to ask then, like you said, he's very hands-on. So is there a story that you could share about your experiences with Steven Spielberg that you were like, I can't believe that this is going on, or some great words of wisdom or whatever it is?
I really could not believe, well, one, when he sent me this email about why this deal took place and how he loved, just the way he wrote this email sounded like a movie. You know what I mean? It sounded like a pitch for a movie. It was so well written, and it just I could see every word on the page. It was just so beautiful. And I was just like, yo, did I just get an email from the GOAT? What is going on right now? I kept pinching myself. But the process of him actually making suggestions during cast calls, the notes that he take on the dailies every day from the shootings, like he watched every shoot. Even the outtakes, everything. He didn't care. He watched everything. To me, I was just, my mouth dropped, because I thought, usually when you sign a deal with a production company, that's all they do. They just sign the check, go do it, show us what you did. At the end of the day, we'll let you know if we want it. He was literally like, no, I want it, and I'm going to make sure my hands are in it, and I'm going to make sure it's done right. It's just now you know why he's the GOAT.
We're talking to Joe Coy, and Joe, it's unbelievable. He's in a movie. I mean, he's, as you know, man, he's a local dude that has gone on to such great fame in the world of comedy. Now in a movie that's in theaters now called Easter Sunday. Dude, talk about the cast. You've got you've got some people in here that I love, and this is so great. You get to work with them all.
Tia Carrere, baby.
Yeah. Oh, Tia Carrere, man. Talk about, that was the first person I pitched in the meeting when they said, who do you want to work with? And I go, we have to pay homage to the Filipinos that went through, that have been doing it for years before me and kicked the door open for me.
That's cool.
And Tia Carrere, I mean, think about it, man, what old Hollywood was for her. And just like, the systemic racism that she had to go through, like, her doing Wayne's World was a great movie, but the character that she had to audition for was Asian woman with very thick accent, but can sing good. Like, we can't have that anymore. You know what I mean? Like, that's what this movie's about. It's about representation and letting people that come to this country, immigrants, any immigrant that comes to this country, to not feel invisible and not to be the butt of the joke anymore, and let everyone feel relatable and feel seen. You know what I mean? And that's what this movie's about. It's specifically a Filipino family, but most of all, it's about a family. And you're going to get it, and you're going to fall in love with my mom, and you're also going to say, that's my mom right there.
And of course, a lot of us Silicon Valley fans know Jimmy O Yang, man. Also, I believe wasn't he in Crazy Rich Asians as well, if I'm not mistaken?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Jimmy O Yang is in everything. He's writing Space Force with Steve Carell.
Yeah, that's right.
He's got his hands in everything, and he's also the executive producer of this movie with me. Like, he's my partner in this one, and let's not forget Lou Diamond Phillips. You know what I mean? And of course, one of my closest and dearest friends, Tiffany Haddish. It was so funny when they go, Joe, who do you want to work with in this movie? And I go, well, I want to put Tiffany in this movie. And all the execs were like, yeah, if you can get Tiffany in this movie, we'll love you. And I called her in the meeting, and immediately she's like, yeah, I'll do the movie. And they were like, what?
Wait, so you could put whoever you want in the movie? You didn't think about your friend Steve? That's cool.
Yeah, what about Steve Migs? You're at least a stuntman.
Yeah. I did say BJ, and I didn't say Steve, but I did say BJ for sure.
That hurts.
I'm afraid you're sitting in front of Spielberg, you go, look, I want BJ in the movie, and Spielberg goes, it's not that kind of movie, Joe. We're not doing that kind of movie.
You're stupid.
Thank you.
You're so stupid.
You missed it. You see, you could have had this in the movie, Joe, but you missed it. You missed it, talent.
I know. I missed it.
I feel invisible, Joe. I'm invisible over here.
Joe, how crazy.
I'm just saying, it's not a movie for the internet. You know what I mean? This is going in the theaters.
So we're not good for the theaters, but we're good for the internet. I see how it is.
Straight to DVD. That's us. You call us when you want that movie.
You're not wrong.
Joe Coy's doing Easter Sunday, a new movie in theaters now. And but the fact that you get to do this where you're playing a struggling actor and single father who returns home to celebrate Easter with his loud and dysfunctional family. And of course, you've had, some of the great pieces of your comedy have been you just talking about your family. So I feel like this has got to be a slam dunk.
Oh, it was so much fun, man. Yeah, just seeing my bits come to life and seeing, certain things that, I grew up with my family, like seeing my uncle being played by an actor and seeing my aunt being played by an actor. It was just like, it was fun. There were moments, I swear, there were some scenes where I cried. Like, I saw a fight between my aunt and my mom, and when Jay, the director, said cut, like, I was in tears because I was literally like, I just saw my life come to life. And it was in front of me. So
wow, that's wild.
It was weird seeing things like that happen.
Joe, we are so happy for you, man. And I know you are super busy, and we are going to respect that. But look, when you got time, when you're hanging out, you're always welcome on the show, because I know you got tons of stories. I know you probably got to meet E.T. So I really want to hear about all this stuff. And
BJ,
yes, sir.
BJ, I am coming. I'm performing at the Tacoma Dome in December. I'm coming in early, and I'm doing your. And I'm saying, I swear to you right now, I'm coming into the studio when I come out there for the Tacoma Dome show. Yes.
What, Steve? Do we have this? Do we have to get a contract like Motley Crue to make sure there's not another tour, or do we take him on his word?
I don't know.
You're taking it on my word. It's on my word. I'm coming into the studio.
Oh, boy. Do we have to have craft services now that you're a movie star, or is it okay?
I need craft services, and I need hair and makeup. And I don't know why I need hair, but I need hair and makeup.
You can borrow some of my hair products. I'll bring them in, okay?
Oh, thanks a lot, Steve. That'll go a long way. Thank you.
Yeah, I know that.
Well, This will be an epic event in December when now movie star Joe Coy will be in studio. And Joe, from the bottom of our hearts, we are so proud and so happy for you. It couldn't happen to a nicer guy, really. I'm so excited that you have this movie Easter Sunday in theaters now. Please go see it. Joe Coy, thank you so much for being with us, brother. We love you.
I love you guys. Thank you so much for being a part of this career, man. This is you guys helped me. I swear, you really did. Thank you,
man. So Easter Sunday in theaters now. Oh wow, that is just insane. Just insane. All right, so you know what, Vicky? What next? What wonderful thing do we have next coming up in our life? I'm excited for this. I'm waiting for this.
This is exciting.
Is it a thing?
It has to do with drugs and football.
Oh.
And who doesn't love drugs and football, BJ?
Right? Don't forget to say drugs, football, and BJ Shea.
That's true.
Yeah, because a football player just shared that psychedelics helped him to have his best football season, and you're going to hear him. He'll tell you all about it at 7:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. I have lots of tickets that I haven't paid. Can those be discharged through a bankruptcy?
Yes, there are some limits on what we can do with tickets. Tickets cannot be discharged in a full bankruptcy. In a Chapter 7 case, that won't help you get your license back. But in Chapter 13 reorganization, tickets are dischargeable. Most types of tickets are dischargeable. So you would have to pay back some of the tickets in a Chapter 13 case, but the vast majority of them could be discharged if you complete the plan. And again, you would get your license back right away when you filed the Chapter 13 case, as long as the only reason you don't have your license is because of failure to pay your tickets. But the Chapter 13 process will help you get your license back and repay a small portion of your tickets in most cases, and get your license reinstated almost immediately.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.
Wendy's home-style French toast sticks are so sweet and crispy, some are saying they're better than Mom's breakfast.
Did you say Wendy's French toast sticks are better than mine?
No, Mom. Some people are saying that. Not me, even if I am thinking it. Choose Wendy's home-style French toast sticks.
Participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard that tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Aaron Rodgers just did an interview where he shared that the secret to his recent success is a psychedelic experience in South America with the ayahuasca plant.
Dude, he's cracking me up. And I've been guilty of it too. I think when someone first discovers hallucinogenics of anything, your mind is open. You just want to tell everybody how great it is.
Yeah, right.
And Aaron Rodgers has become that guy, which is kind of funny because he's a massively successful football star. He's either 40 or right around 40. And now here he is just like sharing to the whole world how much he loves hallucinogenics.
Yeah. He
or
said
psychedelics.
They improved his mental health, and he said he feels pure love.
My intention the first night going in was, I want to feel what pure love feels like. And I really did. I had a magical experience with the sensation of feeling 100 different hands on my body, imparting a blessing of love and forgiveness for myself and gratitude for this life from what seemed to be my ancestors.
Is he doing ayahuasca at the time of the interview? Man,
I know, right? That was like 5 minutes before the interview that happened.
Wow! And even I'm looking at the video, and he just looks like he's tripping.
Yeah, dude, I know what he means. I mean, he
you
definitely
had a bunch of people's hands on your body, BJ.
Well, again. You stuff happens when you're on it, as you know, Steve. And I've never done mushrooms, so I don't know the level of experience that I had, like how tripping I was. I have no idea. But there are people that believe that ayahuasca depending upon your setting, it's a spiritual experience rather than I just want to get high or just see trippy stuff. But I mean, mushrooms are also natural, so I can imagine that they must lead the same place as the ayahuasca tea.
Probably not as intense, but maybe similar experiences. Yeah, because based on your stories, it sounded like you were on quite the trip from your experience when you went to the Machu Picchu Trail in Peru, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, it was all part of it. I mean, we weren't on ayahuasca doing the Machu Picchu Trail because I think I would have fallen off that trail.
That's a good point. Yeah,
that would have been bad.
That road led to the trip, not.
But I wonder, I did it in this cool, just bamboo like roof place on the banks of the Amazon River. So I mean, all of it with these, legitimate, ayahuasqueros they called them, and that's all they did. These guys were just legitimate journeyers. That was their job. They brought people in and helped them journey, and. It sounds like he had a similar experience since he was in South America. So was I.
Yeah, I was reading an interview, another piece where he mentioned the first time he ever did it was in Peru, and it was with his old girlfriend Danica Patrick, and that's when he said he experienced the best day of his life when he did ayahuasca with his ex-girlfriend Danica Patrick.
Wow, I wonder.
I don't know if she is out there telling everybody that she maybe she's free in sharing that, but what if she's like, bro, I don't talk about that. You just outed me.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, that is a bummer that he's. But I mean, he also. How about this? Aaron says that the ayahuasca plant, he says, improved his football performance.
I really feel like that set me on my course to be able to go back in to my job and have a different perspective on things.
Yeah,
and then to be way more free at work, as a leader, as a teammate, as a friend, as a lover. And I really feel like that experience paved the way for me to have the best season of my career.
That's why AJ Hawk left the team. He's like, I don't want to be your lover, Aaron. I'm just your teammate, man.
What are you doing? Also, I'm not too sure that's a good, a good endorsement, considering that he did it with his girlfriend, who's now his ex-girlfriend. So how much of a good lover was he if all of a sudden they're not together anymore?
Too good of a lover. She had to peace out.
All I'm saying. I'm just, man.
He said it was the best day of his life, not the best relationship of his life.
Fair.
He also said another day that was a great day of his life was doing mushrooms on the beach with his friends.
Wow.
That does sound fun.
I can totally see Aaron just sitting there going, guys, this is the greatest day of my life. Not that I've ever said that before in this situation.
Never. No.
As I'm holding my hand on the sand because I'm afraid I'm going to fly off the planet.
It's funny how Aaron Rodgers looks like he's doing a Steve Migs impression while he's tripping. That's it.
Dude, I'm feeling the things he's saying. It's just funny hearing him say this.
I feel like if I met Aaron Rodgers, if I was doing a press conference, because I had this similar thing with Eddie Vedder, I feel like I would get instant cred if I was like, dude, I also did ayahuasca in South America in Peru. What an experience. I feel like it's a club where you look at it and go, dude, you did that? Because you remember Eddie, it was a good interview, but as soon as I talked about ayahuasca, Eddie's like, you're the man. Yeah, he was like, you're the man. So I think ayahuasca is a special club. Like, people do mushrooms, but it's a little bit more challenging to get to ayahuasca since it was illegal. I think it still is illegal. I'm not sure, but it's not easy to get them in the States as it is, I guess, mushrooms.
Right. Rumor is there's places you can go.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't necessarily think you can't go online and hey, ayahuasca Harry's. It's in Renton. Let's go, guys.
But look, Steve, I'll say this. I did ayahuasca right at the beginning of this show. Yes. Like, we just started on the air, and
today?
I had this trip booked.
No, not today. 16 years ago.
Oh, okay. No, every day he does it before the show.
I mean, it made sense.
And look, I credit the ayahuasca for giving me the ability to get my act together so that I could be part of what has been a very successful part of my career. This is the most successful part of my career, is the run of this show. And that is, the BJ and Migs and this whole thing that we did, 15 so years ago. And it was ayahuasca. I credit it. I'm like Aaron. I go, I don't think I'd be here had I not done that journey.
Here's the problem, though. He said that he's a better player because of it. Well, now some people argue it's a performance-enhancing drug.
Oh, interesting.
Boy. Well,
it's not.
Because I don't know how many times he's done it, but if you do it just one time and then later, that's different than just taking PEDs on a regular basis.
Yeah, but if he was like, at one point during football, like if you just said, hey, I got stoned in the offseason, I think you could get in trouble. Because even if
yeah, that's interesting.
Wouldn't that be funny if he gets suspended for ayahuasca?
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, as dumb as that sounds, it also isn't dumb, when you think of the rules of football. Yeah.
I mean, he did say it helped his performance, so it enhanced his performance.
And who was the dude who won a World Series or something on acid?
Oh, Doc Ellis, yeah.
Yeah,
he threw a no-hitter.
Threw a no-hitter.
No-hitter, okay, yeah. I knew it was sports related.
Yeah.
But I mean, look at that. And they didn't get him in trouble, right?
But if you watch the documentary on that and see his performance, it really didn't enhance his performance. It made him just so out there. Like, some of the pitches he was throwing were crazy. I think he's scary. I think it was a performance scaring.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right, Steve. I think
that's funnier than...
I think the players... Well, there's nothing scarier, and that's why a lot of... You'll hear in baseball, they don't mind if they use something that allows them to grip the ball in real cold weather, because the players are afraid, like, I don't want that pitcher not to be able to throw the ball where he wants to, especially if it's coming in at me at 100.
Right, so, it wasn't a perfect game. It was a no-hitter.
Oh, fair.
Steve, you may be onto something where if the other dugout was like, I think Doc is super high, I'm a player going, oh, man, this guy's going to kill me. I don't want to get hit by... That may be why. They were just very
Let's just let him have the no-hitter so he doesn't bean us.
And I also love that his new girlfriend, I love her name.
What's her name?
It makes you just, just say you do mushrooms with Aaron Rodgers without saying you do drugs with Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. Her name is Blue of Earth.
What? Okay, yeah, he's definitely gone down a different trail. Blue of Earth definitely sounds like, hey, man, I'm in a whole new community, brother.
Yeah, she's like, she does a podcast called the Deja Blue Podcast.
Maybe I'm thinking wrong about this, because Deja Blue sounds a lot different than Blue of Earth. Wow.
She's like very new agey.
Is she? She's very
shocking.
New agey, yeah.
A name like that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, she hit the jackpot because usually New Age folks struggle to make a living. Looks like she'll have no problem with that.
She's very popular. She had 95,000 followers on Instagram. I don't know what that equates to financially, but yeah.
She does TED Talks.
Does she?
Does she?
Apparently.
Maybe she's more popular than we know.
She does TEDx Talks. That's like the Wikipedia of TED Talks.
Oh, wow. It's
like literally anyone can do a TEDx Talk, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Why haven't I done a TEDx Talk?
Why don't all of us do one?
Well, I mean, you can go ahead and do that.
I got stuff to say about ayahuasca. I'm doing it.
Let's do it at Pain in the Grass.
All right. That's it. Well, I everything Aaron Rodgers said, though, I get. I really, really get, and that's why I can't laugh at him. And I remember that I had a desire that I wanted to have, and I saw the vision manifest in one of my journeys, and I said, okay, it's possible. I can get there. I'm going to get there. And that's a journey I've been on ever since. It's got to thank my buddy Satyen, who I've talked about many times in my career. The dude did so much for me by just, introducing me to cool stuff like this.
Also, have you seen Aaron Rodgers' tattoo that he got?
Oh, I did. Is it? What is it?
Oh,
what we got?
It's definitely psychedelic inspired.
Oh yeah, that looks like an Alex Gray situation.
That is cool.
Yeah, that is sweet. Is that it, or is he going to do more?
Well, I mean, that's his first tattoo that he just got.
That was his first?
Yeah, apparently.
Damn.
Well, you see, ayahuasca didn't do that to me. I didn't walk out of there wanting a tattoo. But I mean, dude, it was just, I had never felt the connection to the world and the love of everybody more than when I did ayahuasca. And that was when I came down from ayahuasca. Like, there's the trippy part where and then there's the ecstasy part. At least for me, it was like I took ecstasy. And that was nuts to go through all that hell of all of the visions, because it was just, I didn't have the sweet, loving visions that he had. I had some trippy ones. But then afterwards, when you stop seeing visions, I just felt bliss. I just felt like, wow, I've never been happier to be me in my whole life. And I thought, I got to find out how to make this happen without ayahuasca, because, that would be nice to live that way once in a while.
But I give him a hard time about the tattoo, but I'm also guilty of it. And I know Ted brought it up during the roast that my whole chest piece is inspired by an acid trip. So, I mean...
that's right. Yeah, you really can't throw stones.
It was all because I was holding a rock and I was like tripping my face off, and the rock looked like it was beating.
Oh, you were holding a rock, not the rock.
No, not Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
No.
That would have been a great, by the way, that would have been a great vision, actually. I would have been excited if you said, my mushroom vision, I was holding the rock.
That's a massive amount of strength that I have. If I could just hold,
sure.
I mean, he's like 260 probably.
Yeah, it's your vision, brother.
Well, when you do the hand gesture, it looks like you're holding something else.
Oh, yeah, you're kind of
holding the boy.
Holding a rock.
Yeah.
It's actually a couple, and I'm looking at the rock, and it's like beating, like a heart's beating. Dude, and I'm like staring at it. I'm like, this rock's alive, man. Like, and then it just became like this deep, open, man, it's just the heartbeats being, it's shelled by this hard rock. We got to break through the rock to see the true person and blah, blah, like, so dumb. But I was just like, it was such a cool moment. I was like, part of that, I was like, oh, that was pretty cool. So then it became like this whole thing of like a giant heart where it's surrounded by like rocks breaking off of the heart.
So does it, I mean, you say that jokingly, but I mean, is that still something where you go, okay, that's part of my life, part of my philosophy, part of who I believe I am?
It was like one of those, like, kind of confirming, like, hey, you can't always just kind of keep yourself like walled up around people. Like, you got to let people in.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, it came from a stupid rock in my hand beating.
But that's the whole idea of that stuff. That's where all the cool stuff comes from, those sort of visual moments. I think that's
the best part, though.
Yeah, that's
so I've got like three rocks in my hand, and I'm watching them all beat, and I'm like, these are amazing. Look at them. They're alive. Right? So then I set them down, because everyone's like, we got to get going. So I put them down on the ground, and I'm like, it's like by the river. And then other people are walking by, and as they're walking by, I'm like, oh, walk around. Because I'm like, don't step on the hearts, the rocks. They're alive. You don't want to step on them. You'll kill them.
Oh, the fun day with
connected, man.
Like, that dude's on something.
To be honest, if my friends didn't grab me and take me off to go elsewhere, I probably would have stayed there the entire night and just told people to walk around the rocks.
You would still be there right now.
I might be.
It's an important job.
Later.
You got to save the rocks, man.
And that was the time where I had literally dug my fingers into the dirt. And because I was afraid I'd just lift off the planet because I was so gone. I'm like, hold on for dear life. I don't know how long I got to do this.
Dude, man, that's a ride I wish I could have gone on.
Oh, dude. I lift up the sunglasses. I look at the sun and just start bawling. I'm like, I see God.
Oh, it's bringing back the memories, man. Bringing back the memories.
So all of that was such a fun experience. Like, the tattoo has something to do with that, but it also just has to do with the ridiculousness of how much fun it was. That because I was just like one of those like life experiences that I'll never have again. It was just like that was a younger and dumber times, but it was something that I always look back on as being a really fun and fond experience.
And it feels to me like there's a little profundity. We found out that's a word in that experience. So
there was a nugget of wisdom in the rock.
Yeah, I mean that's the cool part about it. The nugget. Who knew what the rock was cooking for you?
I hope those rocks are okay.
Yeah.
Me too. They were special.
Well, I left them there. It's dangerous out there by the river.
It really, you know what? There's a lot of things that can happen when you're a rock on the river. You're right. But Steve, free, let them free. You know what I mean? They got to live their own rock lives. You got to let them go. Okay, well, you might think this is a mindless conversation. Maybe it is, but
for our show.
we're going to continue it because we're going to ask you this: what do you think is the most mindless TV show that you can watch? I'm going to tell you what topped the list. We'll do that at 8:17.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Welcome to the CPAP Games live from the Hayes bedroom. It's another eventful night, Bruce.
It sure is, Ron. Steve has been flailing everywhere, struggling with his CPAP.
His wife, Michelle, is as tense as a fiddle string, trying to contain her rage.
Michelle's rolling Steve over.
There he goes, and the mask is off. Oh, my, the snoring.
Michelle throws an elbow, now a shove.
And she's leaving for the couch. Taking her place is the Hayes' 100-pound lab. Bask in that dog breath, Steve.
With all this struggle, Steve should get Inspire.
Absolutely, Bruce. Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that gives you comfortable, restful sleep with the click of a remote. That's right, a button. As you sleep, Inspire keeps you breathing normally and sleeping peacefully. There's no mask and no hose. Just sleep.
Learn more at InspireSleep.com. That's InspireSleep.com.
Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at InspireSleep.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Business Insider decided, you know what we need? We need a list of great mindless background TV shows, which is pretty much Vicky's life.
I was going to say that is right up Vicky's alley, mine as well. Like, give me a show that I don't have to be fully invested in. I could go play on my phone, or now, more importantly, like Tatum could be running around, distract me, and I don't feel like, oh crap, I got to pause it, or what did I miss?
Even I have one of those shows, which is just fantastic to just have on and just noise in the background.
What is it?
Mine is Cops, 100%.
Bad boys.
Yeah,
we both do it.
I could watch Cops all day long, and I don't have to actually pay attention to what's happening. But then you hear something like there's like a trigger word of like, prostitute. And I'm like, I gotta watch this one.
What you gonna do?
That's what these shows are all about, man. They only take about 20% of your attention, but you can multitask, put them on in the background. But there's entertaining enough that, they make you feel good while you're doing other stuff.
See, that's pro wrestling for me a lot of times, too. Like, just, I'll put on Monday Night Raw, and, like, unless I heard, because I never watch it live, it's always, like, DVR'd, so unless I heard, like, there's a match, like, this is a must-watch match, then I'll be fully invested. Otherwise, it's in the background, and based on the announcer's excitement, I'll run back, or I'll just hit the rewind button, and I'll check out what was going on. But it's just nice having baseball is a good one too. That's my favorite mindless thing to put on.
See, I have a hard time watching or having that in the background if I haven't seen it before, because then I feel like I have to be paying attention and I feel like a little more distracted. All of my background shows are shows I've seen 100 times. So your Friends, your Archers, Family Guys, that kind of stuff.
You know it. You just like having it's comfort.
Yeah, it's comfort food.
Another one for me is Pawn Stars.
Oh, dude, that and Storage Wars.
All day, yes. Yeah, that's good call.
And Antiques Roadshow.
All
like anything
yesterday.
where they discover something.
They on the History Channel, they literally just do an entire day of Pawn Stars.
I still haven't watched an episode. And it's so funny that I was at this.
Right?
My wife's family is going to be a part of possibly a future episode now.
Well, you'll watch one.
You're absolutely right.
You're going to be like, this is the best show ever. I should go back 10 years and watch it.
It's so funny. We're on Netflix trying to find something to watch. I'm like, there's Pawn Stars. Should we watch it? We almost did. I'm like, I'd rather watch this documentary about Woodstock.
Yeah. Well, and I don't know, what the definition is. They call them background shows, and I'm like Vicky. I mean, I can't imagine watching a new show in the background. I mean, but do you guys do that? Like, it's no problem throwing a new show that you haven't seen on in the background?
Not a new show.
Not new, no.
It has to be something that's not plot driven. Like Kids Baking Championship, we can watch a new episode and not fully pay attention because at some point we're going to see what they create.
Oh yeah, I guess
you know
that's
what
a
I
good
mean.
Point. Yeah.
Well, that makes sense. That's why the Great British Baking Show, which is what I watch. But even still, I'm the kind of guy going. But I don't want to like if it's new, I got to give my full attention to it. But it makes sense that you could come back and still know what's going on. Like you could miss stuff on that show,
or like those dumb dating shows. Sometimes, like for half a minute. Thankfully, we no longer are doing it. But for a little bit, for a couple of seasons, we were watching The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. Just because it's kind of like, it's stupidity on television. But then you get kind of bored of it because once you've seen a couple of seasons, you've seen them all. Mm-hmm. But that's one of those shows where I'm like, I could dip out, come back. Oh, they're still being drunk and horny.
Oh, yeah.
See, I make fun of those shows, but my cousin came to town recently to visit and stay the night. She put on the Married at First Sight one. And I was like, okay, whatever. I'm going to work on my other stuff. And then 5 minutes into it, I'm just sitting there just captivated. I'm like, what are these idiots doing? Like, I just could not look away.
That happens with me with my wife's shows because, she'll watch the trash shows and she freely admits that they're terrible.
What's the trashiest one she watches?
Right now, it's Real Housewives of wherever. I think maybe this one's Beverly Hills. Whichever one Kelsey Grammer's exes was
it's got to be California.
Yeah, probably,
somewhere in California.
Yeah.
But there's like OC, there's Beverly.
Right.
I mean, they have
I think it's Beverly Hills. I don't know. I don't pay attention to that, but it's like I'll sit there and I'll be hanging out with her on my phone, and then pretty soon I'm watching it and I'm like, that bitch.
Yeah.
Like it's just getting into these things where I suddenly start hating these people, and I'll be like, I can't watch this anymore. I hate this person.
And it is Beverly Hills for Camille.
Yeah,
that lady.
And I still keep watching it though because I want to hang out with my wife.
And my wife watches all of them, so I'm with you, Rev. That's a background for me because I'm an unwilling participant. But I'm like the Real Housewives of Dubai. All right, I'm fascinated.
Oh, yes, you watched that one too. Yeah,
I'm like from a
New
cultural
York,
perspective.
all of them.
We need like the Real Housewives of Aberdeen or something random.
Oh yeah, that would be a sad show.
I would still watch it though. That might get me in at that point,
right?
That feels like an almost live bit. I remember the 206 did Renton Abbey, and it was pretty funny.
That one was super funny.
Yeah, they did a good job with that. It's how about Futurama? Like for an animated show, that's like one of the number one animated show for people to watch in the background.
Because we're getting a lot of texts about Beavis and Butthead, which I agree. That's a perfect mindless show to watch.
Yeah.
One texter
agree.
said The Office. It's an awesome show, super funny, but you can start watching at any point, any episode, and you don't even need to know the narrative. The actors, in my opinion, just play their roles so well that you can just replay and enjoy the silliness at any point.
I've never watched The Office. Parks and Rec is that for me, though.
Yeah. Parks and Rec's a lot of fun.
I feel like they use the same formula for, even though there's a storyline, you still can come in any time. It's like an anthology storyline. They're really brilliant. The Office, Parks and Rec, Community, all of those shows seem to have that formula of being able to, I can turn it on anytime and get what's going on, even though there is a story that goes through all of it.
I would also toss in the Trailer Park Boys in that conversation.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, like you want to kind of follow along throughout the seasons because sometimes just like some fun nods to previous episodes, but really you tune in, it's just stupidity on it.
You knew what was going to happen. At the beginning of the season, they just got out of jail, and at the end of the season, they're going back to jail.
Right. At some point, there might be a gunfight in the trailer park.
That's it, yeah.
Everyone's drunk, someone's shirtless, and Bubbles will drop some wisdom at some point.
Yeah. You know, Randy's going to get a burger. I mean, you know, and he's not going to have it. At some point, you go, will he actually have a shirt on? Because sometimes that happens where they actually put Randy in a shirt. You know,
right? But I don't think you ever need to like watch every episode. Like you can just kind of float in and float out whenever you want.
Yeah, and I was on a path to do that, and I did finish up their first run before they took some time off, did some movies, and then came back, and I haven't done the second run where they did come back again and did more episodes for a bunch of seasons. But you're right, Steve. It's like really, you're not missing anything. Season 1, you know.
I need to get back on that. And actually, I'll have to watch it when Tatum's not around because you might learn some fun words.
Yeah, you don't know.
Yeah,
you don't want her to be like Ricky. Please don't. Yeah, that's not going to happen.
No, I strive for her to be more like Bubbles.
Nice. I mean, no doubt Bubbles is very lovable and the smartest of the group, but you know, unfortunately, Ricky is also there, and you just you don't want her to be because Ricky. It's too scary for me to expose her to Ricky. Wife Swap is on there, and I watched that show. And you know what? It's a good mindless show because I do love seeing the idea that the dude is used to things in his place and then goes to a different place.
The premise is always the same. They just different vibes, but I like the celebrity wife swap ones.
Oh, that was good. Yeah, that was good. There's a show called Emily in Paris, which I've seen. I haven't watched, but I've seen it somewhere on whatever my streaming services, and I thought, what is this? And turns out it's a great mindless show.
Is it funny?
I guess.
They say the plot is fun but pointless.
Oh, perfect. That's my kind of show.
Yeah, it really is.
It looked really dumb when I saw the trailer for it.
You know what's a good one that we will pop on? Besides, like, we always go with, like, some of our go-tos are, like, Man vs. Food, Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. Also, Shark Tank. Love throwing in Shark Tank.
Yes.
Because we haven't seen every episode. Undercover Boss is another one as well.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, all right, let me jump back in towards the end when they start crying at the boss because they just gave him tens of thousands of dollars. That's like my favorite part.
Yeah. Those are great shows for that. They're putting Ted Lasso on the list, which this one you have had to have watched, and then you can watch it again. I can get that. If it's a rewatchable mindless show because you don't really have to know a whole lot, but it's a wonderful story to follow the first time. But the second time around, because there's just a lot of great moments in Ted Lasso. But I just can't imagine somebody putting this on in the background and never having watched it before. So, and Shark Tank, by the way, on the list, Steve. Nice. So that was one of the big shows on there. Penn and Teller's Fool Us is a show that I love because it's magic. And, you can put that on in the background but then again, it tends to be foreground because if you're not paying attention, how do you know the trick?
Yeah, you're going to miss all the fun stuff about it.
Maybe that's just my favorite foreground show. And it's a show we go back and we'll miss for like 2-3 years and come back. And I have always 25 on the DVR. And we just watched one last night for the first time in maybe 2 years.
See, I just can't get into that show. And it's the same way with, like, America's Got Talent or any kind of, like, performance show. It's just like, I don't know why those shows just don't do it for me.
You know what we realize sometimes, though? Like, when we give up on one of, like, those kind of shows, we try and go back just to see if, like, we could kind of rekindle the love again. And it's like, no, that ship has sailed.
Yeah.
Like American Ninja Warrior. Used to be obsessed with that show.
Yeah. That was a good mindless one.
That is a great mind. But then it got to the point where after several seasons, I'm like, let's watch it again. And then you just realize, the human interest part of it is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it's the same damn thing every time.
Every time.
And it's impressive. but we try to get back into it, and it was like, we're just wasting DVR space. Let's just delete the 8 episodes we have yet to watch.
And on the same aspect of that, but maybe just the polar opposite, would just be the fact that I could always watch Wipeout. Because people are just getting absolutely wrecked the whole time. Like American Ninja Warrior is about like feats of like athleticism and them like conquering all these things. And Wipeout is just like, smash with a big foam brick thing and just have fun with it.
Those are awesome. I love Wipeout for that reason.
So
well, it's interesting. We thought the same, Steve, when we went back to will Penn and Teller's fool us? Will we hate this? I think the cool thing about the show is that there's always some new magician who does something that fools them. Like, they've been in magic for years, and of course the magic itself has been around for it's just so long that everybody can do a new trick, but it's always the variation on some sort of mechanic that they know, and Penn and Teller always gives clues. So when somebody comes on and does a trick where, I don't know if they're just lying or whatever, where they go, we have no idea how you did that. There was a 16-year-old girl that came on, loved magic as a young person, and only 16, and she did a really modern trick. And I was like, and I've done magic over the years, so I'm looking at Kathy, I'm like, I have no idea how she did what she did. And I even said, I wonder, are they doing cutaways? Is this real? I mean, how this kid? And you just see Penn and Teller sitting there going, okay, you know what? You're great. You're wonderful. And I don't know how the hell you did that. And to me, that keeps the show fresh because I look at it like, well, it's if you could fool those guys, then this is a new thing. Like, this is something new that no one's ever done. That's kind of cool when you think in a world of magic that I'd be so jaded. Like, I know how you did that.
So did they give a backstory on this girl? Like, is her dad or mom a magician? Like, how the hell at 16 can you come up with some magic trick that
how
will
crazy
fool
is
two of the greatest magicians?
So she wants to be an engineer, and it's interesting. So you design things. She's a super smart person that was watching some magic she saw on YouTube. She was on YouTube one day, saw a magic video. It caught her eye, and she decided, I want to learn everything I want to learn about magic. She might have been like 13 at the time.
Damn.
And again, because she wants to be an engineer, so she's got this mind where she can design things, and she designed this card trick that was amazing. It was just like she basically had copies. It's like she goes, I could do this with cards, or you know what, maybe I should just make a copy, it's easier. And all of a sudden the deck just turned into a piece of paper that had a deck on there and had her hand on there, but yet it still had the right card that she picked from Allison. And you're just like, and then she laid a whole bunch of cards out on the table, you know how they fan them out so you can see every single card. Then she's just sitting there talking to us. Then she picks up the whole deck of cards, but it's just a piece of paper. And it's just like the cards were printed on the paper. And that's where Teller and Penn are like, what the F is going on? That was a deck of cards. We saw her lay those deck of cards out there. How did she turn those in just to a flat piece of paper? And she designed it herself. And they were looking at her going, you did this yourself? You made this whole trick, this whole thing yourself? And she's like, yep. And they're like, you're freaking 16? She's like, yep. And they're like, wow. I mean, and you could, again, if they're good actors, they're good actors. But the two of them were like, what the F? They were just like, how is this possible? We've been magicians forever, and you're this punk kid, and you made an amazing trick that's never been done before.
Some people say, oh, you must be fun at parties, and it's meant as an insult. Like, she legit would be fun at parties.
Right?
Like, just walks in. That would be the greatest party I'd ever attend.
Oh,
but then again, I love magic, so.
Oh, me too, dude. I mean, I know you would appreciate it. That's why I was like, you know what? It's been 2 years, and this was a great show. It's like they got me back in, and I'll probably watch the rest of the 24 I have in my DVR.
24, wow.
Yeah, I know, dude.
Their weekend's planned,
right? Yeah.
It's. I mean, the new TiVo is pretty good because I'm only using 17% of my hard drive,
and I've had it.
Yeah, so you know what? I recommend it. Okay, yesterday, Steve, he did get this one right.
Eminem had the early 2000s song titled "Lose What?"
Mom Spaghetti.
No,
yourself.
Yes.
I feel like, you could lose. Mom lost her spaghetti when she lost the spaghetti, that's for sure.
So when I go to Detroit and try Mom's Spaghetti.
Yeah.
That food truck.
I love that idea. The answer, by the way, is there actually is no answer. Steve got it right.
Yes.
I'd like to give a different answer, but no, he got it right. You want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-421-ROCK. We'll play Beat Migs. We'll do it at 8:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How do I know if bankruptcy is going to provide me with relief? What are the steps for my situation?
There's so much information out there about bankruptcy with the internet and what people have heard from friends and other people that they've talked to about their financial issues or bankruptcy. There's also a lot of bad information out there or urban legends about bankruptcy. In order to determine whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, you need to talk to an attorney that's experienced in bankruptcy. So in order to determine whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, you should talk to an experienced bankruptcy attorney. And my job is not to convince you to file bankruptcy. My job is to help you to make that decision and have all the facts so that you can make an informed decision about whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, what benefits it's going to have for you, and what the downside of filing bankruptcy is.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com.
Welcome to the CPAP Games live from the Hayes bedroom. It's another eventful night, Bruce.
It sure is, Ron. Steve has been flailing everywhere, struggling with his CPAP.
His wife, Michelle, is as tense as a fiddle string, trying to contain her rage.
Michelle's rolling Steve over.
There he goes, and the mask is off. Oh, my, the snoring.
Michelle throws an elbow, now a shove.
And she's leaving for the couch. Taking her place is the Hayes' 100-pound lab. Bask in that dog breath, Steve.
With all this struggle, Steve should get Inspire.
Absolutely, Bruce. Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that gives you comfortable, restful sleep with the click of a remote. That's right, a button. As you sleep, Inspire keeps you breathing normally and sleeping peacefully. There's no mask and no hose. Just sleep.
Learn more at InspireSleep.com. That's InspireSleep.com.
Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at InspireSleep.com.
Welcome to the CPAP Games live from the Hayes bedroom. It's another eventful night, Bruce.
It sure is, Ron. Steve has been struggling with his CPAP.
His wife, Michelle, is trying to contain her rage.
Michelle throws an elbow.
She's leaving for the couch.
Steve should get Inspire.
Absolutely, Bruce. Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that gives you comfortable, restful sleep with the click of a remote. There's no mask and no hose. Just sleep.
Learn more at InspireSleep.com.
Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at InspireSleep.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. It's our loud local band of the week, Astor House. Loud Local Band of the Week, Astor House. You want to find out how to get their music? It's simple. Steve's going to let you know.
Get their new record, Soul vs. Skin, but also check out their new documentary they just put out called Stay Well, Stay Awake. It's free on YouTube if you just search for it that way. It talks about putting out this record, how difficult it was with the pandemic when it hit, and also just the struggles with mental health throughout the recording process.
You can get more info on the BJ and Migs page of KISW.com, and you can get more local music on Sunday nights here at The Rock. Starting at 8 o'clock, we do a show called Loud and Local. 2 big hours of Pacific Northwest music featuring bands like Astor House.
Let's play Beat Migs.
I will beat anyone that calls in to play the game. He's smarter than you. He'll make you look lame. 60 seconds on the clock. You're going down and I'm gonna rock. It's time to play the game.
Yeah.
So everybody
Beat Migs, and we've made it. It's Friday.
Gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Friday. Getting down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Partying. Fun. Looking forward to the weekend.
Happy Friday, everyone. Looks like it's going to be nice and in the 70s, not like a million degrees outside.
Tolerable. It's going to get a little warmer, isn't it?
74.
Yeah, a little bit warmer than it is now, yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, and what about the weekend? How do you know whatever you?
Oh, I have no idea.
I think we're pushing 80.
Yeah, 80, 79 and 82.
Yeah.
That's getting a little too much right there. Once it gets into the 80s, it's that danger zone right there for me.
I got 86 on Saturday, 89 on Sunday, 90 on Monday.
I don't like any of that now. Now it's terrible.
Back to crap.
Yeah. I want a little bit of a cloud cover, maybe in the 70s a little bit.
By next Wednesday, it should be rainy and 75 again.
Thank you. I like that.
It's perfect Seattle weather.
Up and down.
It's my Eeyore weather.
It's so crazy. It's bipolar weather here in Washington.
It is.
Oh, totally. Let's get to our contestant today. We got Leah in Bothell. Leah, are you there?
I am here.
Excellent. All right, Steve, get out of here. For those playing at home, Leah will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Leah, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Which Hollywood actress who starred in There's Something About Mary turns 50 in 2022?
Drew Barrymore. Cameron Diaz.
Yes. In Snow White, what was the job of the dwarfs?
Lumberjack?
No.
Pass.
Which American war ended in 1865?
Civil War?
Yes. What is the oldest marathon race in the U.S.?
Pass.
What year of the mid-2010s did astronaut Neil Armstrong pass away?
2012.
Yes. How many ounces of coffee are there in a Starbucks tall size?
12.
Yes. What's the name of the big famous clock in London?
Big Ben.
Yes. The Cavaliers are a professional basketball team from what city?
New York?
No.
Los Angeles?
No.
Sacramento?
No. What notable book begins with the words in the beginning?
I don't know. Pass.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 correct.
Well,
I mean, right down the middle right there. And
yeah.
Probably not a win there, but yeah. I mean, Steve does have to avenge his loss earlier today, so he might have that revenge.
We'll see what happens.
There.
These could be tough questions for all we know.
It could be. Steve could already have that Friday feeling. Want to get out of here and not worry about those questions?
Let's go. One foot out the door, baby.
Well, you still have to play this game.
All right, fine.
Are you ready?
Oh, yeah!
Which Hollywood actress who starred in There's Something About Mary turns 50 in 2022?
Cameron Diaz?
Yes. In Snow White, what was the job of the dwarfs?
They were pimps, weren't they?
No.
The dark side of the...
Wow.
I don't know. They were building stuff.
No.
They made cookies.
No. Those were the Keebler elves. Which American war ended in 1865?
The War of 1812?
No.
The Civil War.
Yes. Yeah. What's the oldest marathon race in the U.S.?
Boston Marathon.
Yes. What year in the mid-2010s did astronaut Neil Armstrong pass away?
2015.
No.
2014.
No.
2016.
No. How many ounces of coffee are there in the Starbucks tall size?
Tall is 8 ounces.
No.
10.
No.
12.
Yes. What's the name of the big famous clock in London?
Big Ben.
Yes. The Cavaliers are professional basketball. Yes. What notable book begins with the words in the beginning?
That would be the Bible.
Yes. What horoscope sign has a crab?
Sagittarius.
No.
Oh, Capricorn.
No. 1, 2, 3,
Crabatarius.
4. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You win 7-5.
Oh, Leah, so close.
Yeah, sorry about that, Leah.
I'm just grateful to have gotten through. I tried earlier, didn't get it. I'm just happy to hear you guys every morning.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you. Hashtag blessed.
And try again, Leah. You know what? I think you'll do better next time because people always get better at this game the more they play.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you don't. Wow, that was. like, no. She has
Well,
no
I mean,
shot.
it's like there's different questions every single day. So, I mean, most of the time. But, I mean, so.
Wow. All right.
Doesn't mean you'll be better. And also.
Well, I would argue with the Ken Jennings method, you can get better because the Bible was one she could have got if she Jennings did.
Yeah, exactly. And sorry, Steve, the texters might get mad at me about this, but I kind of almost screwed you, but it worked out. Yeah. I said, what year, the mid-2010s, did astronaut Neil Armstrong pass away? Leah got that correct when she said 2012. Which is not a mid-2010s.
Yeah, he did screw you. I wondered about that, too. So
I was like, based on my Steve
4,
Migsing
5, 6
it.
should have been it.
Yeah, it should have literally been it. As you were saying those, I'm like, why is he saying those? And I looked back and I was like, oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I said it wrong.
Yeah,
someone just said, hey, Rev, how's mid-2012 mid?
Yeah, I know. I screwed that one.
Dude, I got in my head. I'm like, well, maybe 2013 is in the middle. 2017. I mean,
no. He and she miraculously got it right.
Yeah, she got that one right.
Well, she speaks your language
somehow. Does anybody know the job that the dwarfs have in Snow White?
Minors. I do.
Yes,
and Danny does too.
Yep, they're minors.
They're underage.
No.
Oh,
yes.
They would grow that much facial hair and be underage. That's amazing.
It's a dwarf's life.
Some people have that gift. And then the horoscope sign that is a crab.
Cancer.
Yes. So there you go.
Yeah, you should have given a clue. Also, what Danny is to this show, and I think C would have got it.
You mean a nice boy?
Thank you.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, the nice boy on horoscope.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
That's
it. That's
the zodiac sign of a hug.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Steve, on winning.
Thank you.
Hey, good job, Steve.
Appreciate you guys.
Hey, you know what? Before we do anything else, let me just tell you how much I love The Rock because he's back in the news.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and I'm sure you're happy about it, Steve.
Oh, dude, any day I see The Rock do anything, I just get so excited for our next show.
It's over.
I cannot wait to talk about The Rock on the morning show because I know how much you love him.
This guy's just going to ride it until nobody cares anymore because I
will
feel
always
like,
care.
Yeah, this is important news, though. I mean, this is big news. The Rock needed to tell us that he went to In-N-Out for the first time.
Yes.
I'm so happy he posted this. My God, what would I have done today without this news?
The reason why this is history in the making is because this is the very first time that I have ever tried an In-N-Out burger. Now, I've picked up some In-N-Out burger before through the drive-thru a few times for some buddies of mine. I've never tried it, so this is a first. I have the one and only Terramana tequila. What is going to pair best with the In-N-Out burgers?
I kind of was like, I'm siding with BJ on this one, man. I am over the Rock.
He's hustling, man.
Yeah, you know what?
The greatest thing. I think he listens to our show. I think he's trolling you.
Well, now he's trolling both of us now. Now Rev and I are on team get off our lawn.
You're not wrong. It's over the top. His attempts of working his products into whatever he talks about. Like, I'm shocked he wasn't like on an XFL field while doing this. But
that's the problem is that I'm kind of going to hate the XFL because it's going to be sponsored by Terramana Tequila and whatever the hell else he's doing.
That's fine. My gosh, this makes me love him more. Like it's not even like he's trying to like just subtly work it in there.
No, he's just
I'm sorry. Nobody drinks tequila while they're eating In-N-Out burger. You get In-N-Out burgers after you had too much tequila.
There you go.
Yeah.
It also makes me laugh how much he pushes alcohol with as great a shape as he's in, and like you do not drink that much.
You know
alcohol.
what the thing is? I know a lot of people in the fitness world that are just like, if I'm drinking, I'm just drinking tequila.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. And it's like just straight up on the rocks.
But I can't imagine that he drinks more than one a week, maybe one a day.
I wouldn't be surprised if he has a glass a day.
With
At least he has to do it for his Instagram posts.
With his In-N-Out burger.
Oh, yeah.
So he's eating 2 In-N-Out burgers, 2 orders of fries, and 2 bottles of Terramana.
Yeah.
That's
a great meal right there, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't want to drink alcohol when I have fast food.
Yeah.
That's after the alcohol.
Or before.
Or before.
Yeah. I think I want a shake.
Yeah.
Or a soda.
Well, that's the point. That's Steve. You and me. Even still, though, you're loving the guy. Even though he's putting 2 things together that nobody would ever put together, and that would be burgers and tequila.
Oh, I'm not going to hate a guy because he's trying to sell his product and he does good things for the community. And
here we go.
He's the most electrifying man in sports entertainment.
You're right. I guess I'm back on Rock.
How's he hurting?
Right? Yeah.
What's he hurting? I mean, it's just over the top. I'm overrocked. That's all.
He is an out and about. He whores himself out for his products. I'm not going to fight you on that.
Yeah, and that's the problem. It's just that, all of the stuff that he does, I think, is as a means to an end of him hoeing himself out. And that's where it's like, I'm not sure if he's helping people because he's a good guy or if it's because it's good for business. That's the line that gets a little tough.
Yeah, that's help is help.
That's the problem. I just feel like, you know what? Every time I see you, you're really trying to just drum up business. Oh, and by the way, you did something good. I'm kind of over that. That's what I'm saying. I'm over it. It's like, I don't care how much good you do at this point. You're just trying to make business.
Well, I don't know if it's like he's doing the good stuff so that he can make business, but I'm not going to argue with you and say that like, oh, he does good stuff and then sees an opportunity to create business from it. I mean,
I 100% believe it's all about business. I'm now not believing he's that great of a guy. He's
the
just
best
a great
man that's ever lived. I will never stop saying it.
And I'm going to say this. The only reason I think this way about him is because I'm oversaturated. You know what?
You're on the wrong show because I'm going to keep giving you these rock stories, man.
Well, you could do that because I feel like you're also going to fuel my fire and you're also going to get Rev more and more on my team because he will also get frustrated.
I know he almost went to the dark side.
I almost did, but it was like an pulled back.
Is he going to go full Anakin?
He is going to go back. Sand. He's going to go back to the dark side. You watch, because you're going to keep trolling. You can't stop yourself, which means eventually you're going to put the Rev on overload.
Yeah,
because you're going to try to troll me, and Rev's going to be lost.
Damn it! I don't want to do that.
Yeah, you're going to lose. You're going to lose a guy, which is why I'll win no matter what happens because I'm right about The Rock.
No, you're
He's
not.
a shill.
Yeah,
he's a shill.
He's laughing all the way to the bank while making people happy from all the good deeds.
Yeah,
that he does.
see, you value the laughing all the way to the bank, and I'm like, I think that's all he's doing. I don't think he cares about anybody except his family and his money. That's kind of where I'm at with The Rock.
And how's that different than a lot of people, though?
There we go. You might find this hard to believe that there are people out there that actually don't just care about their family and money, and they actually put other things ahead of all of that. I would cite Exhibit A, Keanu Reeves, who does a lot of great stuff, and we never hear about it until somebody digs it up years later. That guy's doing great stuff, but he's not going, hey, don't forget Keanu Reeves tequila with my In-N-Out burger. He doesn't do any of that.
See, now I kind of hope that The Rock is going to be in a John Wick movie.
Oh, either that or he just brings Keanu Reeves on his Instagram and just start doing stuff together.
If all of a sudden they're on Instagram together eating an In-N-Out burger while drinking Terramana tequila, my life would be so complete. and then the whole time Keanu Reeves was talking about how great The Rock is.
Well, John Wick is getting to that point with his movies. Like, they're running out of ideas, so John Wick 7 might star The Rock. So that's
they did it with Fast and Furious. Why not every movie franchise?
Exactly. Yeah. Every time a movie franchise needs a new idea, they bring in The Rock. That's what they do. All right, it's time for listeners on the loose. This is your opportunity. I don't know, maybe you've got some tequila you want to sell or some good deeds you want to humble brag about.
Try that Terramana. It does look good.
You go ahead and do it with your burger. You go ahead.
Oh, I'm going to get a bottle for boot camp.
There we go. Yeah, go ahead. That's great. You don't have to worry about me having any. You'll have more for yourselves. You pick the topic. You guide the show. It is listeners on the loose. What do you want to talk about? Anything but The Rock? I look forward to it. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. We're going to change the name of this radio station, actually. Calls, texts, we'll take them at 917 on KISW. The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Yeah, it's your opportunity, man. Do not let Steve kick you off with a gong. You got to do it his way.
All you have to do is show some energy. It's a pretty simple rule, BJ. Otherwise, we will have to hit that gong. And then we're going to have to say goodbye to you.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Daniel and Shelton, you are on The Rock.
Good morning, BJ.
Good morning, Daniel. And good morning, BJ. Good morning, Bob Rivers, who's somewhere. He's somewhere around. I know that. He's doing something. What you got for us, buddy?
Well, I am super excited. I just got a new job. I start Monday, so I am feeling pumped, and I wanted to share my excitement with everybody. I'm once again going to be a productive member of society, driving around a tanker truck for a water purification plant in Chehalis.
Nice. Good job, bro. Glad you're back in the working world.
Oh, yeah, no, it feels great to actually be able to afford things again. So I wanted to ask you and all the crew and the BJ and Migs morning experience, what were you guys most excited to start working at minus The Rock?
Oh, that's a tough one because The Rock was very exciting to work. I mean, that was a big opportunity for me here in Seattle. But okay, I can't pick it. Boy. Well, you know what? I'm going to say this. It was an exciting opportunity because it was my first real full-time gig in radio, and it just so happens I posted something, and I don't know, Vic, if you want to share that on the Real BJ page, you can too.
Oh, yeah. Are we talking about the video?
Yeah, I was very excited. We got to do on the Brother Wee's Morning Circus back when I worked there in the late 80s and early 90s. One thing we got to do is we got to do our own late night TV show, and just think of Almost Live, and Rochester tried to do the same thing. They tried to do a local Saturday Night Live type of show. And that was exciting when we were going to be on TV. And I'm like, wow, this is pretty insane.
Oh my gosh! Did they not have a wardrobe for you guys, or like what the hell are you wearing, BJ?
I'm wearing Zubas, and
that's what wrestlers wear.
Yeah. Well, I was a trendsetter. I was known on that show for being a horrible dresser. It was one of those things where Weeze would say, "Dude, you have the worst fashion sense ever." So we carried it over to the TV show, and I was showing some love for the Red Sox and also for the Buffalo. So I had Red Sox top and Buffalo Bills Zubas, and since the colors matched, I was just a red, white, and blue idiot.
If it doesn't know Zuba is a brand, it's basically like almost like leopard print sweatpants.
Yeah. And every football team had them.
Yeah, they had their own colors.
Yeah.
And actually, I don't know if the Road Warriors, the wrestlers, were who invented them or they were just early investors, but they had something to do with they were a part of like the financial side, like the business side of Zubaz.
They got a lot of our money back in the 80s, I'll tell you, Steve. We were, a lot of us sports dudes were, that were fans of our team. We were wearing these.
A lot of wrestlers wear them because they're just kind of loose fitting. So you can just pull them over your tights or your trunks when you're not wrestling or whatever it may be, and they're very comfortable. But that is hilarious. So you're wearing those pants.
Yeah.
So it's like almost red, white, and blue leopard print style.
Yeah.
Or tiger stripes. And then a Red Sox jersey.
Yeah.
And you thought that was a good idea.
I did think it was a good idea. Again,
awesome.
I have to say, that was who I was then. I was a horrible dresser then. Not that I got much better now, but yeah.
We should wear these at work.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Can we get rock Zubaz?
They're not super expensive. They're like $16 on Amazon.
Let's get them.
Let's wear them to the radio convention.
Oh, we will look so amazing if we got matching Zubas. We have to get red, black, and yellow, the color of the rock. Our rock colors. Let's do it.
Oh my gosh, that would be the best time. At least wear them on the plane.
Oh yeah, there you go.
If I show up to the airport and I'm wearing those, what are you guys gonna think?
We're gonna think you're the only guy wearing those. That's what's going to happen.
I'm not opposed to this idea.
Yeah. But you can check out the video of if you want to go back in time. It was amazing. Weeze rode his motorcycle into the studio.
That's badass.
It was a great intro. Howie Mandel was our first guest, and Howie did not disappoint as he drags a dead body. Well, what he wanted us to believe was a dead body onto the stage and just left it there while he did stuff.
Yeah.
It was an epic local production TV show that I'm very, very proud to be a part of. We had so much fun doing it with a lot of talented people that behind the scenes put it together. And you'll see it's on YouTube, and Vicky will put a link to it on something.
Dude, it's so crazy what lives on YouTube.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine you or Weeze posted this video.
No, it was a guy who's a big fan of Weeze and still listens. This guy Dave in Rochester, Dave M, and Dave, thank you, because he sent it to me, and I'm like, oh wow, and it's really good quality. Like, I haven't seen a good quality a copy of that episode because it's over 30 years old, I think.
It looks like Dave was not the one though that posted it on YouTube. It looks like it was a news station that posted it, like whatever channel maybe it was on.
Oh,
News 8 WROC.
I know that they posted that. Oh, that was probably because it's in their archives, because it was on that station, I think, is when we aired it.
When did they post that?
Oh, that's awesome.
What's that? Oh, a couple
years ago.
It was recent. So happy they kept that.
How random. Like, you think they were going through all like their VHS and like super giant tapes, and like, we got to get rid of these things. Like, they're just taking up space. Let's digitize them all.
Maybe. That's great, man, because I didn't think they saved any of that stuff on WROC. So I am so happy they did.
I know what I'm doing tonight. You're watching the rest of that Woodstock documentary. I'm watching Brother Weeze's morning late night circus.
Yeah. Oh yeah, do it. There were more episodes. I think we did 4 or 5 total. It was a weird thing. And, if you talk to anybody from Almost Live, they'll tell you how expensive it is to do a local show like Saturday Night Live. You can sell out the commercials and still not make enough money to pay everybody. Because we all did that for free. Like, all the talent did it for free. And, of course, all the money went towards the people behind the scenes. We sold out all the commercial spots they had, and we still couldn't make enough money to do it and pay people decently. It's just such an expensive project to do a late night show, which is why Saturday Night Live, it's incredible what they do, because it's not easy to do that every week.
Plus, if anyone complains, hey, dude, where's all our money? You go, look at my pants. You think if we had money, I'd be wearing these pants?
I wouldn't be wearing, it was a lot of fun. So I know I took up a lot of time on his question, but that was one of the most exciting things I was happy to do in my career. Yeah.
Oh, look, Vicky found another clip of you, another episode, though, and you look like you dressed up.
Oh, yeah, look at me. It looks like you got a bunch of white moths on you.
Yeah.
Is that a button up?
Yeah.
And a teeny tiny tie.
That's when I started. And I have to, I'm going to tell you,
I'm on TV. I got to step it up.
Yeah. I mean, I went 2 different ways with my stuff, but that's when I started wearing those shirts, the colorful shirts that I like. And frankly, Weeze was the one that turned me on to some really cool shirts. And then I started going nuts on those, as you know.
The glasses are what kills me.
Yeah.
They're fantastic.
Definitely from the 80s. Yeah, that's pre-contact lenses. I didn't start wearing contact lenses until I went to San Francisco, which was in the early 90s.
And they're like the big round.
Oh, yeah.
Which I think are like in...
They're like a lot of the stuff he's wearing, funny enough, and like the audience is wearing, has come back. I've seen so many like Gen Zers wear this kind of crap.
Trendsetters.
So I think it's awesome.
What's Weeze wearing? That shirt looks like it's like just a bunch of giant like sperms.
No, they're
Weeze.
From here, just and they look like little sperms. I don't know.
Yeah,
kind of a little spermy looking.
Dude, I'll tell you right now. I mean, he and I were the antithesis of fashion. Weeze.
Were you?
Even to this day, you see Weeze.
We can just see it. You don't need to tell us. We see it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, for the people that can't see it, Weeze always wore amazing stuff. He always, the guy had great sense of fashion, and it was like
he's wearing giant clocks as a shirt. I don't know,
dude. For those days, dude, that was a hip look. He was always great in alt fashion. I'll tell you this. And Danny say no. Okay, Danny, say what you want. I'm not gonna say anything about Danny, and I'm also not gonna say anything about black T-shirt wearing guy either when it comes to fashion.
Who are you talking to?
Yeah, the two of you are. Yeah, that's a good point. I am not going to look to the two of you for fashion. I'm just not going to.
I'm on your side. I'm getting some Zubaz today.
Yeah. I'm
gonna wear them at work every day.
And I will not defend myself. I'm a fashion idiot, but Weeze was the guy I always had to hand it to him, man. He always looked cool, is all I'm going to say. And that's it. That's all I got. There we go. I guess we'll answer the rest of the questions on the next break, maybe? For the rest of you?
Yeah, maybe. If we feel like it.
I am kind of with you, Steve. I'm like, is the show? I really am ready for the weekend. I really am. It is listeners on the loose, 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. More of your calls and more of your texts. We'll take them at 9:33 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Welcome to the CPAP Games live from the Hayes bedroom. It's another eventful night, Bruce.
It sure is, Ron. Steve has been flailing everywhere, struggling with this CPAP.
His wife, Michelle, is as tense as a fiddle string, trying to contain her rage.
Michelle's rolling Steve over.
There he goes, and the mask is off. Oh, my, the snoring.
Michelle throws an elbow, now a shove.
And she's leaving for the couch. Taking her place is the Hayes' 100-pound lab. Bask in that dog breath, Steve.
With all this struggle, Steve should get Inspire.
Absolutely, Bruce. Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that gives you comfortable, restful sleep with the click of a remote. That's right, a button. As you sleep, Inspire keeps you breathing normally and sleeping peacefully. There's no mask and no hose. Just sleep.
Learn more at InspireSleep.com. That's InspireSleep.com.
Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at InspireSleep.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic, you guide the show. Let's go to Cody in Seattle. Cody, you are on the Rock.
Good morning, BJ. And
good morning,
crew.
Cody. Yo, welcome to the show, Cody. What you got for us?
So, first of all, first-time caller, long-time listener.
Awesome.
Love you guys.
Thanks, man.
And BJ's going to hate me for this, but I want to continue the conversation on The Rock.
All right, let's go.
You know what? All right, you know what, Steve? Tap in. Just tap in, Steve. You got this.
Steve, I know you're on Team The Rock with me here.
Forever.
How does he rank as one of, as far as wrestlers for you?
Well, I mean, if you get nerdy about like actual like how he does skill wise, he's not like one of the most technical impressive ones, but he's the biggest star in the world. Once he goes in there, he's larger than life. So to me, he's a top 3 for that reason alone, because he always puts on a fun match and the fans love him and he knows how to entertain. And that, in my opinion, that's the most important part about pro wrestling. Otherwise, do MMA or do an actual competitive sport where you don't have a predetermined winner.
Absolutely. I wish he had his tequila back in the WWE days. He could do a tequila bash like Stone Cold did.
I'm about to get canned tequila for that, though.
Oh, gosh, yeah, right?
Yeah, that's just great stuff, The Rock. Yeah.
What if he calls in one day, BJ?
He's never calling in. Well, I shouldn't say that. He probably will record it to call in because make it a charity or make it about Terramana. He probably will.
Someone even texted and said, I just messaged The Rock asking him to call in. That way BJ could tell him what's wrong with him and what he's doing.
Oh, jeez. Here we go. Here comes the big beef.
And then he could also promote the XFL in Terramana. Who's with me and getting The Rock on The Rock? We've been trying forever.
Yeah.
We once had him on my podcast. Remember, we interviewed him when he did that movie about where he was driving a car real fast. Not Fast and the Furious, though.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, many years ago. I can't remember the name of the movie. But it was
did you almost have him on?
No, we did.
Oh, I didn't know you got to interview him.
Yeah, he can only do like an afternoon slot, so that's why he wasn't able to do the mornings. But he was awesome. We ran it on the morning show back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember the name of the movie, like Faster or Fast or something like that.
I let you run that on this show? Boy, I must have been high that day.
This is before you hated The Rock.
Yeah, this is way before.
Oh, way before I hated The Rock, yeah. That's
it's called Faster. It's a great movie, BJ. You should watch it.
Yeah, totally should watch that.
I will be making sure to make sure. Hey, if we ever do get The Rock on the show, I think one person who'll be on my side is Kevin Hart. I would like to have Kevin Hart. That way, would have somebody on my team. That's all.
You know, deep down, he loves The Rock, though.
We'll see. We'll see how Kevin Hart approaches it. If in fact both of them call in and we have this giant debate. Yeah.
We have to find Terramana tequila when we're in Chicago.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You go ahead. You guys go on that.
You already
journey.
know me. That my first stop when we get there is a liquor store. It's going to be great.
No, I'm with you. I always like going there too, but I always like, I'll get a bottle of vodka, something like that. No, this time, get some of that.
Congratulations.
I wonder which one we should tweet at him and ask him which one we should get.
Oh, that's the way to get him to respond. He'll probably respond to you that way.
I 100% guarantee he will.
Yeah, if you take a picture of yourself outside of a shelf, where the shelf next to you, selfie it with his tequila, I bet he'll tell you. He'll get back to you.
I know he has a couple of different flavors types of Terramana. So I want the one that The Rock likes.
They are reasonably priced too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm sure he or his social media director will get back to you.
I bet it's just him on. Imagine being The Rock though and actually monitoring your social media.
Oh, dude,
I couldn't do it.
No way. I can barely do it now.
Right. Like, just like we find some friends that are hitting me up on like social media and I'm like, this is too many people. And it's like 5. And could you imagine he just got everyone and their brother, not just like, and people that know him probably also send messages to him through social media.
Yeah. I wouldn't want that either, man. 2064. What's that?
I think either the Blanco or the Resposado.
I think we should do Blanco.
Yeah.
See, I was going to say Resposado.
What about Añejo?
Añejos, I feel like it's a little more. Like if we're sipping it, I say Añejo, but if we're just going to be mixing it, Reposado. Also, because I had a bad experience with Blanco tequila.
What should I get if we're just pouring it right into the toilet? What's a good? What's a flavor to get then?
Whatever you're normally drinking.
Okay, great.
Was that like that Billy Beefeater one or whatever, that brand?
Billy Beefeater? That Beefeater is gin.
Yeah, it's like the bottom shelf one.
Like Monarch.
Yeah.
Like Monarch is like bottom shelf. Yeah.
I was like, what's the bottom shelf tequila?
Also,
you guys go ahead.
I like how BJ says he's not going to drink any. Like 3 drinks in, he'll be like, "I'll have some of that."
I'm looking at all of the the health items on all these tequilas and no sugars.
Yeah,
like these are the things that we need to drink. You get with your pre-D and me with the full D.
The Rock is good for your D's.
Yeah.
This whole show is full D. Let me just say that
carbs.
right now.
Look at that.
Yeah. I'm gonna you know what I'd like to do? I'd like to not talk about anything concerning The Rock. What do you
Let's talk about another great movie star.
All right. Oh yeah?
Because somebody wanted to know if any of us have seen the trailer for Samaritan.
I have, as a matter of fact. And I have
What's
to
up?
say, I am surprised at how much I want to watch this movie. The trailer looks good.
Sylvester Stallone never disappoints.
This is Sylvester Stallone movie.
Watch your voice.
I don't want to give credence to Steve's statement, but boy, the movie and the kid in the movie looks just like Eddie Furlong. He reminds me of Eddie Furlong in The Terminator. It's like, I wonder if that's why Sly got him, because he wants to just show Arnold. I'll show you. I don't know why Sly would sound like Arnold, but he'd be like, hey Arnold, I got the kid looks just like your kid. It feels like he's trying to do Terminator too.
And Vicky, you'll love this because it's a superhero movie.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
He's an old superhero.
Busted. He's an old busted superhero.
He's like Rocky of superheroes.
And I think the kid in the trailer, if you saw the latest season of Umbrella Academy, is the little kid in that.
That's why he looks so familiar. Thank you, Vicky. I knew the kid looked familiar, but he reminds me of Eddie Furlong too, from T2. I don't know. I mean, he just had that. Maybe that's what maybe I just made that up because I didn't know where I saw him before.
All right, yeah, because he doesn't have he has a kind of shaved head kind of vibe.
Yeah, well, the bottom line is the kid has got that vibe of like, I'm going to be like the little sidekick to you, strong, tough man.
Yeah, this movie looks awesome. And the best part, it's going to be on Prime, so I don't even have to go to the theater.
Oh, you don't even have to leave the house? This is perfect.
Right?
Then.
End of August.
End of August is coming out. All right.
Stallone never disappoints.
The trailer looks good. I will say this is one of those trailers that...
what is it? Something grandma, mom?
Stop or my mom will shoot.
Yeah.
Terrible.
No, everyone wants to crap on it. It's actually a fun movie.
Is it?
Is it?
I don't remember.
Okay,
Listen, you can't go with the tasteless maker over there. But this movie,
watch your mouth.
But it does look good. Hopefully, the trailer is not the best thing about the movie. It's called Samaritan on Amazon Prime. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic, you guide the show. Let's go to Millie in Kirkland. Millie, you are on the rock.
Good morning, BJ.
Good morning, Millie.
Millie, we're going to eat pizza in Chicago from Domino's.
All right, I'm unfollowing you then.
Yeah, I'm 100%
That's a callback from yesterday because it's like, if you guys go to a chain restaurant to get pizza, I'm going to unfollow you guys.
I don't blame him. I would recommend that. What can I do for you, Millie?
All right, so we were talking about movies earlier. I just listened to the latest episode of BJ Shea Geek Nation, new episode out now.
Thank you very much.
And I had got early access to see the new Bullet Train movie with Brad Pitt.
Yeah, this is getting mixed reviews by the critics. It's close to fresh, but just a little under that, though the audience seems to like it better than the critics. What do you think?
It's my second favorite movie of the year. It is absolutely fun. I'm going to go see it again today.
Wow, so what was your favorite movie of the year?
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Nice. I'm so happy you said that because there's a particular guy in our radio business that posted that he didn't understand that movie and hated it. And I love it and I literally just said, dude, sometimes you just don't get stuff. It's just like, sometimes just things go right over your head. What can I tell you? The movie is a brilliant movie. I love that movie too. Wow, that's saying a lot for Bullet Train. If in fact you thought that was like, just second to everything. Wow. All right.
Yeah. It's a little bit, runs a little bit long. It could have been 10 minutes shorter, but it was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, this looks like a movie I would enjoy.
Oh, really?
Yes, you would.
Oh, Steve. Wow. Is it possible Steve will watch it? Well, when it comes on demand, right?
Oh, I ain't going to a theater to see this. Come on.
I didn't think so. Yeah, there you go.
It reminds me of, Steve, you like the movie Smoking Aces, right?
Love Smoking Aces.
It seems kind of along those sort of lines, so I'm totally in for this movie.
Just ridiculous action film.
Yeah. And I feel like it's time to get back to that. I think people are over superheroed out and want their action somewhere else. Mm-hmm. And so, and Top Gun Maverick proved that. And who knows, maybe Bullet Train and stuff like that will be the thing where it's not going to be anything supernatural, fantasy, sci-fi, just good old fashioned guys shooting each other on a train.
And it's getting 83% for the audience score as of right now.
And that's pretty decent.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing where I'm seeing more and more where the audience is not in step with the critics.
Good.
It's
That's
really wild.
Critics are just a bunch of just people who think they're special. What's so special about them? Oh, I have an opinion about movies. All of us do.
Some of them went to school for it.
What, do you have an opinion?
Yeah.
But it's very biased.
School. I write a good sentence, whatever. But I mean, that doesn't mean that you have a good opinion.
fair.
Sometimes if you're just being critical and mean and in a clever way, that will get you the attention you want, whether or not it's a real truthful, basically assessment of a movie. I think that's what's going on with critics nowadays. They're trying to make a name for themselves as opposed to tell you accurately what the movie is.
Hey, we got something very important to talk about.
All right, I'm here, buddy. It's Listeners on the Loose. This is where you pick the topic and could even be Steve.
Someone said, hey, I just want to wish a warm congratulations to the Reverend and Fuego for being the new mascot for the Coachella Valley Firebird.
Dude, I saw this and I about lost my mind.
Did you see that, BJ?
It is the perfect thing that the entire franchise of the Kraken, the first sports team that Rev has really fully embraced, how great is it that the minor league affiliate names their mascot Fuego.
Like it's
Fuego the Firebird.
It's so cool. And the only thing I'm mad about is the fact that our affiliate has announced a mascot before the main team.
Right. They haven't even played a game yet. And they already got their mascot out there. We've already done an entire season.
Yeah.
I almost, yesterday, I went to their website and I went to their shop and I almost bought a full jersey until I realized, A, the price, and B, it's an AHL team. And I don't want to drop $4 on a jersey for them yet.
Well, they have a Fuego shirt, though.
Yeah, they do. But it's so cool.
What number is he? If he's number 2, that
would be amazing. I don't know if he's got
22.
He's 22.
He's 20. Oh,
he's double deuce.
This is literally
so you.
Yes.
I mean, you put out the equivalent of a double deuce.
Yeah. It's
Not
destiny.
wrong. It's meant to be.
Yeah. Is it really $4 to get a
They're on pre-order right now for the the actual you can get replica ones for under 200. Yeah, so it's cheaper on that end.
But I would get a replica one. That'd be good enough quality.
Yeah, and that was the thing. I was just because it was I almost was I want to buy all these things. I want to go down. I want to go down to Coachella Valley once they actually play a game. I want to go see a game in person. I want to hug the mascot.
They're going to be playing some games here in the Northwest, though. I think a couple of games that I don't know if they're preseason games or they're actual games before their arena's fully done, but they're going to be doing, I think, ShoWare. They're also doing the Everett Angel of the Winds Arena, I believe, and maybe Climate Pledge. But I think they got a couple of games here in the Northwest, and I'd imagine Fuego's going to be there with them.
I hope they are. I've been tweeting at him because he's got his own Twitter handle.
He does?
Yes.
Oh, I got to get on that.
And I'm just trying to get his attention. I'm literally simping over this stupid mascot.
That's awesome. And I feel like you and Fuego could be good friends. I mean, you've got the same name. You are here up as a big supporter of the parent club. Why not? Why not? Best bromance ever.
You can offer him a place to stay. You can stay in your acid room.
Yeah. The rainbow room, sir.
Yes, that too.
But not wrong.
It'll be now the Fuego Firebird room.
Yeah, and you can follow him on Twitter at Fuego Firebirds. And I did immediately.
The mascot's pretty cool looking.
Yeah, and I love the jerseys.
The jerseys are so cool looking.
Yeah, the sweaters are pretty awesome. But that's a high price. I will say, Drew's right. $4 to get an authentic.
Wow. I'm probably going to get a replica one, but I have to get at least something to rep the Fuego Fire.
I'll take a T-shirt though, kids. If anyone has anyone wants to get a T-shirt for this guy for special fun times, sure.
Special fun times.
Special fun times.
Is that what you call it these days?
Yeah. Instead of buying the Terramana, how about you just buy me a Firebirds T-shirt, Coachella Valley Firebirds T-shirt. I'd love that. How about that? Thanks. Okay, good.
All right, we're on the same page.
It's so cool, man.
He's got my follow.
Oh, it's so cool.
All right, we got a big question to answer. And now that we understand the relation between Rev and Fuego, we have to find out this. What do Ryan Castle and pizza have in common? I'm going to tell you at 9:51 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. And now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What do Ryan Castle and pizza have in common?
Crusty.
Crusty and cheesy, eh?
Yeah.
Some people don't eat the crust.
Those people are terrorists.
I am not a pizza crust eater.
What the hell, man?
Yeah.
You are
Which is great when you hang out with me because then you get more pizza crust.
I would eat your crust. There's not many. Some people I wouldn't eat their crust, but I would eat your crust.
Okay, well, that's delightful, and flag it, and you guys do whatever you want to do.
We call them the pizza bones. You want my pizza bones?
Oh, Okay.
I don't care what you call it, as long as it's crust and it's in my mouth, I'm doing it.
Steve's going to eat the crust, eat the bones.
Someone said Steve would like to do both in Chicago.
Yeah, that's true.
Danny covers both in ranch.
Yep.
And Steve loves pineapple on both. True.
Oh.
Both pair well with Terramana tequila, BJ.
Oh, please don't.
Oh, yeah.
That came from a LA number, so I think it's the Rock.
Thank you, LA person.
You know, he listens to the show. He's just trolling BJ.
Yeah,
I'm starting to feel that way.
Oh, you think? 45-year-old, his name is Ralph Carpino. He's facing some charges because the delivery guy showed up to his house with a pizza. He did not order a pizza, so rather than be happy that maybe he could get a pizza, instead he just pulls a gun on the pizza delivery guy.
Oh, I would have thought I accidentally ended up in a porn movie.
Oh, boy. It was a Domino's driver in upstate New York. Just bangs on the door, says, hey, man, boom. The Glock gets pulled out in his face. He's like, okay, calls 911. Turns out somebody in Ralph's house ordered the pizza. Yeah, and guess what? Ralph got arrested. Yeah, it's hard to believe because, pulling guns.
Ralph seems like a smart guy.
Yeah, he does. You know who else is a smart guy? Ryan Castle, because he didn't bring a Glock. He brought a 12-pack.
BJ and Migs play of the day.
Please welcome to our show, Joe Coy.
One of my closest and dearest friends, Tiffany Haddish. It was so funny when they go, Joe, who do you want to work with in this movie? And I go, well, I want to put Tiffany in this movie. And all the execs were like, yeah, if you can get Tiffany in this movie, we'll love you. And I called her in the meeting, and immediately she's like, yeah, I'll do the movie.
Wait, so you can put whoever you want in the movie? You didn't think about your friend Steve? That's cool.
Yeah, what about Steve?
Yeah, I did say BJ, and I didn't say Steve, but I did say BJ for sure.
That hurts.
And,
BJ and Migs mornings on The Rock 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. If I call Travis, will I actually see him or someone who works for him?
Absolutely. When you come in to see my office, when you first call in, my staff will try to help you with any basic questions that you have. I can give you a call back, but they'll usually try to schedule you for a free consultation with me, the attorney, and I'll meet with you personally. We'll talk about the basics of your case, and I'll take you through a question and answer session that an interview that usually lasts about 30 minutes. We'll get the basics of your financial situation. I can answer your questions, and we can talk about whether bankruptcy makes sense, your non-bankruptcy options, and how bankruptcy could affect you, what the process is.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Wendy's home-style French toast sticks are so delicious, some are saying that they're better than their mom's breakfast.
Excuse me. Did you just say Wendy's French toast sticks are better than my breakfast?
Mom, is that you?
Answer the question.
I said some people are saying that because they're so crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside and perfect in every way.
Uh-huh. And what do you think?
I think it's time to tell people to choose wisely. Choose Wendy's sweet and crispy home-style French toast sticks.
That's still not an answer.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.